Can you hear it?
Well, Miss May is back.
Okay, great.
Yes, Rosemary, we're just starting.
I need to find an angle that's complimentary for me and my four chin. Because that's not cute. That's a little better. That's worse. But I can't walk around like this all night. So.
We just need facelifts.
This and that.
Miss May likes your makeup, Jace.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you and hello, everyone. That was me on Peel Me a Grape. So anybody out there wanting to know what it is I dig, you should have listened to the song. to get the requirements. I want to thank everybody who's coming on right now. Before we get started, there's always a little housekeeping. And the first thing is, this is for entertainment purposes only. So don't come here trying to be serious or anything, because we really do try to find a way to lighten it up a little bit when shit ain't funny. I would like to welcome my co-host. That's Adrian Coleman from Red Mental Healing, and we all know Johnie from from Tarot's Apprentice. We're celebrating Librans tonight. Adrian's birthday is October 14th.
Yes, ma'am.
Mine is October 9th, and the greatest loves of my life, Johnie, have always been Gemini.
Well, they seem to attract each other. That's supposed to be my balance sign.
And so point number 2 in our housekeeping, if you're a Trump supporter, then this is not the space for you, because we don't like it. And my opinions are my own. I don't speak for anybody else. I do not like the man, and I don't like what I see that he has done to this country. We are not eating the leftovers from his poo and washing it down with Kool-Aid. We don't do that. We're not leftover hamburger eaters. Thirdly, if you are a sensitive person and you can't stand to hear the occasional fuck
Or the repeated fuck.
you have to understand that each year you're allotted a certain amount of fucks. And unlike T-Mobile and Sprint and all the companies that say you can't roll over nothing, you can roll over your fucks to the following year. So if you are sensitive to that, this is adults only. If you're sensitive to that, then I would say you need to move on, because I don't censor myself, but I'm not censoring anybody else. So I guess I want to say hello to everyone that has come on. I can't see you on the feed. I think Johnie and Adrian might be able to.
Yeah.
On the YouTube.
Are you looking on StreamYard or YouTube?
I'm on StreamYard.
If you're on StreamYard, your private tab and public tab. Click on public tab or whatever's next to private tab, and then you'll be able to see.
On my YouTube?
On StreamYard.
On StreamYard. Okay, let's see. Let us see here. Do I click on my picture, Johnie? Or
just in your regular StreamYard?
Oh.
Where the comment section should be on the right-hand side?
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's not a private chat, is it?
No, go to the next tab where it says comments. And that's going to feed the comments from YouTube.
Okay, I can see the comments. Okay, got it. So I didn't really make an announcement about us coming on tonight. I think Johnie and Adrian were good enough to put it out there. Thank you so much for everybody. I enjoyed last Sunday on Johnny's channel with Adrian and Becca and Jen Lynn. It was a whole lot of fun. And we're going to have some fun tonight. All right, point number 3. Let's see. There is a number 3. I know.
You already did 3. You're on 4 now. Number 3, proclivities to sensitivities need to be left.
Yes, proclivities, sensitivities, and all of that.
Yes.
I don't remember what 4 is, but I'm sure it will kick in as we get on with it. So we have a lot to discuss. Oh, yeah, we got troll killers in the YouTube stream. You know, we'd like to show you some love, but you really mustn't get confused and think that I give a damn about your opinion about anything or your name calling, because really I've been called a lot of things in my life, and some days I even answer to it. So we have professional troll killers, and you will be relegated to the trash can from which you emerged. I don't care if you like me. It's nice to be liked, but I'm not really like stressed like that. I'm at the age where I'll be more fabulous in a few days, more fabulous than I already am. And I'm also at the age where I have spent far too many years caring about what anybody has said about me in my life. So right now, I don't give a shit. You better be worried about what I'm thinking about your ass. Well, boy, I hope everybody's week was wonderful. I hope you had a great time this week. But OMG, what a roller coaster ride. We shall begin with the debates. The debacle is what I call it. Oh, let me tell you what I've been doing. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I have started a Mary Kay business. I'm still trying to figure out what I got my ass into because there's many moving parts, and you don't consider that when you put your little $30 down. Then all the other stuff starts to roll in, and so you think, whoa, wait a minute, this is a real business. So I did that, and I've been phone banking and canvassing. Well, not canvassing yet, but we've been phone banking for politicians. And Georgia may have some hope yet because I have talked to many Republicans who have never voted for a Democrat before, but who actually feel that they cannot stand with Trump and the Republicans. I actually had a couple of them say that the Republican Party doesn't stand for anybody. They have sold their they have sold their souls to a piece of shit, and that they can no longer go along with it. So Georgia may just go from purple to blue, which it once was at one time.
I remember that.
But let us start with the debacle that was supposed to be a debate.
That was a shit show.
It really was.
But on
Really,
all,
it was like a diarrhea runny shit.
It was a creepy, silent, wet fart.
The one where, just like Jabba the Hutt, aka Bill Barr, he leaves treasures in his panties. one of those farts that something comes out and you say, oh damn, that wasn't really a fart. I probably should have gone to the bathroom on that one.
I have a story.
Okay.
It's kind of a long one, but just bear with me because it's worth it, and it's about the topic
all right.
Okay, so I have a very dear friend. I will not mention this person's name because he will karate chop me in the throat, and I kind of like my throaticles. So yes. I don't know what it is, but I didn't know until a few years ago that certain especially little boys have to get naked in order to take a poo. Mm-hmm. So my friend did not grow out of this phase. He still, as a grown-ass man, damn near 50, has to get buck the fuck naked to take a shit. I'm sorry. I'm saying it. Now, I'm not quite sure how that works, why that works, but that's a very important fact to remember in just a few minutes. So he was out in Atlanta, and he went to go visit the MLK house. They're having a family reunion. We're going to go to, MLK was born. So he let out a fart, and he was like, oh, that's not what that's. So
that's a surprise.
Yeah. So he's like, fam, I'm going to meet you guys. I'll meet you guys up at the main house. I got to go handle some business because he had been drinking and eating hot wings the night before. You know what kind of situation this is about to be. So he goes, and you remember houses, like when MLK was born, houses from the 1910s, 1920s, real small bathroom. So he's down in the basement. Remember, he has to get butt naked to take a shit. So he takes all his clothes off and he hangs them on the stall door. So he's there doing his business and he's praying like, God, I hope nobody comes in. I hope nobody comes in. So this old man walks in and he could see the old man's feet. And the old man took like 2 steps and he knows he's an old man because the man went, well, God damn. Woo! You should have left that shit at home. And turns around and walks out. So my friend is in the stall like, oh my God, I just got called out. But he's like, you know what? No big deal. This man doesn't know who I am. I can just go do my business. So he meets up with his family later. And his family's like, dude, you good now? He's like, yeah, I'm real good. All of a sudden, this older black man with gray hair walks up to him and boom, said the fuck his name. My friend looks down at his shoes and goes, "Oh God!" And the old man went, young man, you know what you did was wrong in that bathroom. You need to get yourself checked out, young man."
Like Richard Pryor said, you need to see a doctor because somebody crawled up your ass and died.
Well, like his old ass and all his years ain't ate no collard greens and
Exactly.
collard green juice and hot sauce.
Yeah.
You know you didn't go to the bathroom or two in your 70 years.
Right.
You know you've
blown up a bathroom to smithereens.
That's right. And you really do get in there and say, please don't let anyone come in here behind me. You try to act like it's not you.
The best.
I know what the fourth thing was. We're celebrating Librans. Yay!
Jace,
my birthday is October 9th. Adrian's is October 14th. Did I say that already?
You said
yeah,
that.
we're celebrating Librans. So drop in the comments if you were born in under the sign that it is the only sign represented by a thing, which pretty much explains why we are the way we are. And for those who are kind of like confused about us being balanced,
I'm reading Miss May's comment.
She said, my dad once farted so loud it shook the windows. True story. Hence the nickname Thunderbutt was hard. I don't have it.
But Miss May, my father, God bless Donald Richard Coleman's soul. He's still alive, but bless his soul. That motherfucker cleared the entire first floor of the Georgia World Congress Center. My hand to God cleared the entire first floor. That motherfucker, his peeled paint, his farts will get stuck in your nose hairs.
That's the worst, because then you walk outside and I still smell it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like you just can't get over it.
Yeah, that's my dad. And he's rail thin and he's tall. So you're like, how could somebody say
your dad looks like a doo-wop singer or something?
Yeah, he's so little. Why does somebody so little have such noxious, vicious farts? And thank God I did not inherit that from him.
Well, there was somebody who actually accused Trump of doing that same thing in a building, that he would go in and take a shit and perfume up the place and turn around.
Salt makes it worse. Salt creates sulfur and it comes out in gases.
Yeah.
And you know that's all he eat is McDonald's fries and hamburgers.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So anyway, we are back to the debacle that was called a debate.
Sorry to take us on poof topics.
That's okay, because we free flow over here. It's organic. We don't, we might get, write down a few topics, but I really like more of a conversation. So thank you for the trip down poo-poo lane. We all had, truth be told, we all know somebody that has done that. For I myself had done that one time. It was pretty bad, and I didn't want to leave the stall. That's how bad it was.
I've never done that.
Oh my gosh!
Because I am paranoid.
It's like I thought I was going somewhere where nobody else was going, and it seemed like time I sat down, everybody in the building came to that particular restroom. It was the farthest way. It was the farthest way. I mean, I planned to go where then nobody would come, and everybody
get busted.
Like, damn, is y'all running a tour? Can y'all get out?
And at work, everybody has their secret toilet. Like, they have that one bathroom, to your point, Jace, where nobody goes to. You can go be alone. We got to do the deuce. If you just need to sit and cry in the stall, whatever you need to do, everybody has their own. And I fucked around once, and like we're talking. I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. She's like, no, I'm gonna go to the bathroom too, and we'll come back. So I went to my secret stall. Why did this hussy 5 minutes later walk up into the bathroom? I'm like, You got the same secret phone? She's like, yes. I was like, and so we literally for about 3 weeks were beefing over which one of us was going to give up that secret spot.
No, not laying claim on the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of toilets,
I lost
the whole, I don't know about you and the debacle. I had a very restless night. I couldn't watch the whole thing. It gave me a headache. I was terribly disturbed by what was supposed to be a debate. It was a shit show. It was an opportunity for Trump to have a 2-hour campaign rant. All right. Now, so I missed a lot of it because I didn't realize that he had called the Proud Boys. He still can't get it through his thick head that Antifa is anti-fascist. It's an idea. It's not an organized group. So I want us to think about, first of all, what do you think Joe Biden could have done better?
Well, here's that was the kind of a question that I had because I didn't see it. I can't, like I said before, I cannot stand to watch a person be questioned. I don't care who it is. It makes me anxious. I don't know why. Maybe it's a past life thing. So I could not watch it. I would not watch it. I don't care who was debating. It could have been Jesus and Obama. I still didn't want to see it. But at the same time, I want to ask you, since you even seen a snippet of it, do you think that Joe Biden appeared weak by letting Trump
I don't think he appeared weak. I actually think he appeared controlled because my vibe got that he want to run across the stage and bust that bastard right in his fucking mouth, you know. So the best he could do is shut up, man. You know, Chris Wallace lost control of the whole thing. And I don't know about Joe Biden, but first of all, Hunter Biden didn't get released from military because of any kind of addiction issue. I mean, they don't release people from the service because of that. They probably have places they can go to get help. But he got Hunter and Bo confused. And I thought Biden really did a good job of holding his thing down because, you know, when you start going in on somebody's family, especially somebody's son who served honorably in the military, who's an attorney general, who passed a brain cancer, you know, that's them's fighting words. So let's do this. Let's throw a little bit. Let's see how's Biden's feeling right now. I mean, what do y'all think he is feeling right now?
Particularly just about the debate specifically.
Just about the debates. Now, I want to say something. I think Democrats are always too concerned about being, as Funky Dineva would say, classy like this and not like that. You know, that they spend far too much time wanting to be decent. And this is a time where you should just kind of take that line where there is no decent. You're not dealing with an ordinary guy.
Can he be abrupt without cursing? Because mind you, every time he says something, that everybody acts like he just cussed out God.
Yeah.
Every time somebody has a faux pas, then they act like he just committed the worst sin in the world by just saying, you know, a shit or a damn or whatever.
Right. But this man went in on his dead son. He himself has an addiction problem. I wonder what his ass is thinking about right now because he will not have access to his drugs, I do not think, in the hospital. If, in fact, we'll get to that a little later. But if he's, in fact, ill, and he could very well be ill, then we will see some evidence of it. He will come out with weight loss. He will come out, I don't know. I have not been able to shake the feeling that this is a ploy, but that's a whole nother thing. Let's get on with Biden and how he's feeling about the debate right now.
Do you want to go first?
I think, tell us what you think before we do this. Tell us, where are you coming from? Where do you think he feels?
I really get a feeling that he wanted to go hard. I really do get a feeling that he wanted to go in and go hard. He just wasn't sure how hard to go. And it was very important to him that he remained calm and looking presidential and not looking like this jackass who was totally out of control, which is what he came to do. He came to cause chaos. That's what he does. And it felt to me as if Joe was he was burning up. It felt to me like he was doing all he could to keep from totally losing it and taking that suit jacket off and rolling up his sleeves, and punching that boy right in his, what do you call it, that fat ass stomach of his. I really got that feeling. Now, you know, that's what I got. That from the little bit that I watched, because I couldn't take it.
Do you believe he lost in image-wise, like the world saw Trump as more dominant? Do you think he lost the image?
That's Trump's whole thing, isn't it? Dominate. But see, Trump and his people think if you can talk over people, be the loudest, that you're dominating something. His loud talking meant he didn't have to address any of the shit that he's done. He didn't have to address the over 200,000 people dead. He didn't have to talk about how he knew about it and wanted to play it down, you know.
And see, that's why I asked, because my whole strategy would have been talk about the people that died under your watch, talk about the economy falling under your watch, talk about the foreign relations under your watch, like talk about the stuff under your watch being
we're the laughing stock of the world, and that it's not just the people in the United States that want to see his ass gone. I mean, there are shamans and people burning sage, and people sending their billions of people sending their prayers, say, please get rid of him.
He did. Joe did have a zinger where he said, "You're the worst you're the worst president the United States ever. You're the worst president the United States has ever had."
Yeah, he had his moments, but I guess I expected him to go. I really expected him to go harder. I did not want him to be controlled, because you're thinking you're going into a normal debate where the rules have been established. His team has agreed to the rules, and yet he never abides by the rules. He doesn't abide by the law. So what made anybody think this cat was going to be decent? You know, I wanted Joe to go harder, I have to say. Chris Wallace now he's been on a couple of YouTube videos and a couple of shows where he is pissed off. You can tell he is angry. However, it's too late.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
It's too late.
You know. So here's my question, though, to everybody in the chat and to Johnie and Jace. If Biden had gone harder, would that have backfired? Now, here's why I say that, because we know, like Johnie, to your point earlier, he could say Mary had a little lamb and everybody thinks he's crucifying God. We also know he has a stuttering problem. So when he does get amped up, that flares the stuttering problem.
Yeah, that might come.
Could that have backfired? And that's just an honest question.
He could have looked irrational, I think. I think at this point in time, the pundits could have tried to spin it as irrational, but I think all of us out here was kind of looking for the red meat to be ignored.
Yeah.
Wanted him to stick the knife in the heart or the stake in the heart. I think I wanted him to be petty and childish, even though he shouldn't be, because he wants to be the leader. But in that instance with that person, I would have settled for that.
Yeah, I think we all wanted him to go in, and we want him to go in hard. And I feel like the man is between a rock and a hard place, because you're right.
He is.
Had come out, but I did think he could have used the current situation that we find ourselves in this country as leverage. He could have talked about, he did talk about the 201,000 people who are dead. He could have used Trump's own words against him. However, he would have had to shout over this guy. He would have had to shout over Donald Trump, because Donald Trump knows he has no insurance plan. no plan. He knows that the reason that our economy is tanked is because of him, but because he gauges the economy by what the stock market, his constituents don't know jack about a stock market. They don't know anything about investing. You know, they're trying to find them the next spam sandwich or something. I ain't got nothing against spam. But, you know, they're trying to find the next meth hit. I don't get it. But because someone said, I don't know who it was, that white men like him because he speaks like the white men
in a locker room
who probably beat their wives and drink beer and crush cans and fart very loudly and don't know how to clean their balls and their asses right. You know, they don't know how to, they're funky. They just look like you take a fire hose and wash them down real good. So he comes off with that bluster and that bullying thing, which says to me that, he's a real small guy. He doesn't believe half the crap. I don't think he believes. Well, maybe he does, because there is a such thing as alternative facts in an alternative universe. So he's floating some out there in the ether. So let's take a look at Joe Biden and how he's feeling about his performance at the debate. Can you read it, Jacqueline?
Johnie, you want to go first?
Well, I get that he believed he was high with the devil and the 7 of Pentacles, that he was on something and has been on something in a while that changed his vision or perspective here with the Hangman too. But he believes he was high. He believes he was on something, and he may have observed something beforehand that we did not. But I mean, saying Trump is high is not, tear out the front page. It's not a revelation, but he believes he was secure in his message. He came there to talk about policy. And fine, because that's what you should do. But again, I mean, he acted like an adult when an adult was supposed to act like an adult. Great. I get that you wanted to secure your message, but I think you could have also told the American people what you wanted to do. Like I said in another reading, he was basically going to self-promote. This is what I want to do. This is what we're going to do together, blah, blah, blah. But I think he could have said, Trump killed 200,000 of you. I think he could have jabbed a little bit and said, I have a coronavirus plan, even if you don't. I have a coronavirus plan while he went golfing while 200,000 of you died. Something of that nature. Like, speak your speech, but then give him a little jab at the same time. But he's secure in his message, he believes, and he believed Trump was high. That's what I get.
Well, Trump probably was high. Yes. I mean, every time he's trying to keep those crumbs of Adderall from falling out.
He was rapping even like that with Hillary.
Yeah, he was so high that he couldn't even be still with Hillary. Right. He was pacing. He was so cranked up.
Yep.
What do you see, Adrian, for
chakra cards? We all know, broken record, when you have your solar plexus chakra with this yellow color, which is your house of willpower, your house of action, your house of fire, you're always going to have, typically 9 times out of 10, you're going to have your third eye chakra, which is your psychic spidey sense.
Yes.
So, particularly self-esteem and choice. So he's looking like, how did I perform and how do I feel now? And I feel like in a way, so with the self-esteem, you're right, John. I'm with you, Johnie. He feels like he did a good job under the circumstances. He did the best that he could do, because we can talk shit, we can criticize him all we want to.
Yeah.
I, Jace, Johnie, Sharon, New Beginnings, Loom, y'all, we were not in Joe Biden's body in that space in that time.
Right.
And so he knows what it was like. He saw what he saw, and he's like, I think, considering that was a shit show, I'm feeling better. I did as well as I could. And he's asking himself with the choice card, did I make the right choices? Did I do those zingers? Did I say what I needed to say? Oh gosh, you know what? In hindsight, maybe I could have added another blurb, or maybe I should have looked at the camera up and spoke directly to the American public a couple times. But you know what? The next debate, maybe I'll do that. Oh,
Yes. Yes.
We'll not get another debate, but we'll get into that later. And then, so this is what the third eye, particularly with the mind. So right now he's tapping in psychic spidey senses, openness, flexibility, imagination, particularly learning. What did I learn from that experience? And he's in his mind now. What do I do now? How do I get him going? He's almost I feel like he's not ignoring, but kind of tuning out some of the pundits. And he's really like, I was there. I saw this motherfucker
right.
before he went on stage.
Right.
I have to deal with this next. He's going to be belligerent and nasty again. So what do I need to do for the next one to take a bite out of crime, take a bite out of that juicy fat ass?
Well, do we even think there's going to be a second one? Because I think Zaddy thought that, all right, so he calls out the Proud Boys. Now, someone was saying that it started by a guy who's not even a white guy, like some Latino or something.
He's the head.
One of them is married to a Native American.
For Trump.
Huh?
He's the head of Latinos for Trump.
Yep. And the other co-founder is married to a Native American lady.
All right. Okay. So what's the point? Because when I see Proud Boys, I see white guys with assault weapons. I see.
You're supposed to be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
You're supposed to be afraid.
I'm supposed to be afraid?
Yes. And I did a reading on them this morning or yesterday or whatever day. And what their purpose is to create uncertainty. Mm-hmm. Because if you go to the polls and the Proud Boys show up, then you're going to be afraid. If you go to this spot, if you try to protest and the Proud Boys show up, then you're going to be afraid. They're supposed to be intimidating. They're supposed to be concerning to people who might want to go do something, might want to go partake in something, whether it's voting or protest. And you're supposed to be deterred by these actors because they're not really tough. They're just guys who are trying to play tough on their days off. And so, like I always say, if you're tough, go fight ISIS. Meanwhile, you take your gun out your house on your day off and you go down and try to intimidate people. Mm-hmm. You're not going to shoot anybody because you don't want that kind of smoke. All you can do is show up and try to look intimidating. They're not tough. Like New Beginning says, they're little boys.
Another thing, too, is this is going to sound, I'm getting into their mind because I did another little, kind of asked earlier and was kind of doing some research. There's also this call because they also sparked right around or came really to popularity a couple of years ago when Black Lives Matter became a thing. And so this was I hate to say they were jealous of the Black Lives Matter movement, so they wanted to start their own shit. But really, in essence, that's kind of when you look at the rhetoric, when you look at the timing, when you actually hear the founder, from Latinos for Trump, it kind of makes your heart break a little bit. I don't feel sorry for them. It's when you hear him talking, you're like, you're that little kid in high school who wanted so badly to sit with the jocks.
Right, and they wouldn't have you.
They kept giving you atomic wedgies. And so whenever you see somebody doing something, the guy at work gets a new car, 2 weeks later you get a bigger, better car, knowing good and goddamn well that your APR is 42% a month or 42%. You had to put your baby's crib up as collateral to get it just so you can have something.
After you got it at a layaway.
After you got on layaway.
Well,
so you have a crib to get your car.
Well, that kind of sounds like the current occupant of the White House. He knows that he doesn't belong there. He knows that even with all of his wealth, he was never invited to the parties where the creme de la creme was happening. He wasn't invited to those parties. I think that might be one of the reasons he even started his own country club, because when he went to Florida, they wanted nothing to do with him. They didn't want him. He was brash. He was everything they didn't want. He wasn't Jewish either, I guess. But anyway, he's still trying to please his father. He's still trying to act like
And when you say that, when I think back on it, everybody has given Donald Trump a character to play.
Mm-hmm.
His father said he was going to be the successful real estate tycoon. His friends say you're going to be the life of the party. NBC says you're a billionaire real estate person. Everybody has given him a coat to wear, and so he doesn't even know anymore who the real him is.
Yep.
Everybody said, Trump, you're going to be this. Trump, you have to be this. Trump, we're going to pay you to be this. And then that's what he does. He's pictured with, the rich and the famous. He has pictures with all the people. He used to hang out
but he
with
loves
Mike
that.
Tyson
He
and
wants
all these
to be
people.
photographed with the rich and the famous.
Mm-hmm.
Give him cred, you know.
That's all we wanted.
And that's why anybody ever came around him, really, because when he anointed himself king of New York, you know, everybody wanted to roll like Trump because he gave off this facade like he was this bad, this rebel, this cat who was breaking all the rules, and perhaps he was, but now he's bankrupt. Now I want to know how he felt after he got all the backlash. I'm going to light some incense because I feel like we need to cleanse the air when we talk about this fat fuck. So, how was he feel? I want to know how he felt after he got all the backlash for calling out the white supremacists. I know he tried. He always goes on and says he doesn't know anything about anybody after he gets busted. I want to know how he felt after that debate, and it didn't go the way he thought. So I know I'm going to sage you. I know y'all might not want to look into his energy.
Question though, did it not go the way he wanted to? Because remember, he only watches Fox News. And only after like 5 minutes, the first 5 minutes, Fox News was like, the fuck? How do we spin this?
Yeah.
But after 5 minutes, they said he won. He was projected the winner. So does he even know any different, Jace?
Well, maybe not, because Fox is a station that says you won. But you know, that's his station. The place where he goes, they feel like so, again, that if all you can do is go out there and yell and scream and never really address anything for real. You notice he never talked about, all he said was, yeah, we got a plan. He has no fucking plans. His plan is to try to stay in the White House as long as he can, because Letitia James has a knife in her teeth and she's ready to go after his ass.
He doesn't need a plan.
Huh?
He doesn't need a plan because his supporters at this point, he told them he was going to build a wall and force another country to pay for it. Never once told him how. Never once told him how that was going to actually work. Because if you can force them to pay for the wall, force them to pay for everything.
Yep.
Right.
But he never told them that.
But Jace Fox said, we ain't paying for no fucking wall. Those were his words. We will not be paying for a wall.
And meanwhile, we paid for it.
Yep.
And they're still okay with that.
Yep.
Mind you, he hasn't built anything.
Ripped off with the we build the wall thing. They're all right with getting ripped off by this cat.
Mm-hmm. These are the people who buy gold coins from Fox News. So, I mean,
yeah. I don't know what they're saying now that he's allegedly in the hospital with COVID, but we'll get to that later. Do you think he really thinks he won after he started getting all this backlash, even from some of his own people who are running from the press? You notice whenever he does something as stupid as that, no Republican wants to talk to the press. All they want to do is run away from it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to stop. Yeah, he should have. They all remind me of Daryl Gates, the chief of police in the LAPD during the Rodney King riots, creating white supremacy on his police force. He said it's okay to think that way, but you don't have to say it. So I feel like they all think. They just aren't comfortable with him coming out and telling all their tea. So do you think deep down inside his shitty bowels that he really thinks he won something? Because it's awfully strange to me that after all that backlash, now he got sick. Now,
Yeah, he does.
now he got COVID. And what did he, Melania, and Hope Hicks have a threesome?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So
Okay.
the plan with the Three of Wands was to create confusion. Okay. Was to also cause fight, to seem victorious through causing fighting with the Five of Wands. That was his strategy from the beginning. Was this is Seven of Swords? That was his trickery. That was his strategy. Was again to just cause confusion, to just be loud, to not have to talk about anything, and to show himself as the great leader, because I can dominate anybody. America, I can dominate. Because think about it, Proud Boys, all they want to do is dominate. White supremacists, all they want to do is dominate, right? That's the love language to his followers. So yes, he thinks he was successful in his eyes.
Mm.
I say
Johnie, you did the same thing?
Mm-hmm. He had a vision of himself succeeding. Mind you, this was Giuliani's, I guess, not exit strategy, but strategy. Just go out there and do what I tell you to do. Just go out there and scream. Meanwhile, nobody's going to know how to handle that.
I have a question. What is that metal thing or that in his head? Did y'all see the picture where there's like it's not even a Band-Aid patch. It looks like
the alien probe that's stuck to his skull.
Yeah, it really does. Sitting on the side of and those 3 strands of hair.
My petty ass immediately thought that was something for hair transplant, like hair. Hair
stimulating hair growth is not working.
I thought it was his hair plug.
No, does anybody know? I saw that picture. And I wondered, does anybody know what that is?
Photoshop to me, because I'm like, what is it? A condom?
It looks like it's Photoshop.
Yeah, because I've asked,
and nobody gets it. I guess that's why I've not gotten an answer. I didn't know if it's Photoshop. I wondered if it had something to do with his last visit to Walter Reed Hospital.
It just looked like a condom to me, because it was like this little circle and it just looked very rubbery. And I was like, what is that in your head?
They look like a pancake from a hair plug. They zapped him a little too hard when they were doing his hair plugs, and they had to put a Band-Aid on it.
But, okay, well then I'll just forget about what is that shit in your head. Yeah, okay, well, now we move on to the meat. I don't think, I could be wrong, but the first time I heard that he and Melania had been infected, first of all, I wouldn't be surprised, because he's been around too many people. It was always odd to me that the people around him were all getting infected and somehow he wasn't getting infected. But you know what? When I first heard about it, I really did say, this is some bullshit here. He might be sick with some other stuff, because I bet daddy's got diabetes. He got to have high cholesterol. He's probably, from all that food that he eats, he's got clogged arteries. He's got anger issues. He falls within that very high risk category, because he's old, he's morbidly obese, which is probably making him like scream. What do y'all think? I just don't seem to, I'm not able to quite swallow it.
So here's my
thing. You didn't see COVID, did you?
My cards didn't say. I mean, I don't care what he has, because I think anything, when his lips move, he's lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you come show me some results that he's got it, then I'll say, okay, fine, he's got it. I don't care about being wrong. I'm fine. Everybody's being wrong.
Not from nobody within the inner circle, from somebody.
But my cards don't say COVID. My cards say he has heart disease and diabetes and high blood pressure. That's what mine say. It don't say nothing about COVID. I have cards for poison. I have cards for infectious disease. I have cards for airborne things. I have cards for, colds and flus and things of that nature. I didn't pull none of that. I pulled everything to do with his cardiovascular system, though. Okay. And I pulled it twice. And so my thing is, and he did a video today where he sat in the chair. The 4-minute video, 3 minutes in, then he brings up Melania. But it took him 3 minutes in a 4-minute video to say anything about her. But he thanks the doctors and he thanks the this, and I can't just sit up there on the third floor in front of people. And I'm thinking to myself, you don't look like a patient, first of all. Second of all, a person with underlying issues is going to have a serious time, just like Krispy Kreme Donut. What's the child name? Chris Christie. He's going to have some issues too because he is morbidly gigantic.
Ooh, yes. Ooh, yes.
So you can't tell me that there's a child who the headline said or super healthy or extremely healthy or whatever the headline was. That child died, but 70-year-old, overweight, weak heart, drug addicted fat man is going to be just fine. Sorry, I can't. If he gets well in the next few days, he did not have COVID-19.
Yep.
What about you, Adrian?
Same with Johnie. I went to bed reading that. There was a whole bunch of parts of the story that didn't make sense. First and foremost, when they tested him, the initial test, you notice it took them a while to come out with the results. I was like, okay, that timing was off to me. Then when he finally came out and he has it, I just heard that motherfucker is sick. He's just not. He's not sick. I pulled. I got pretty much the same exact cards Johnie got. Almost card for card. My cards don't show that he's sick. I know Melania definitely isn't sick because them two motherfuckers are never in the same room for long.
No, she's a reptile, and reptiles don't get. How many eggs does a reptile? Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm glad she only has one, but she's a reptile. They don't get COVID. Okay, she probably put something in his Diet Coke because she's sick of him too.
There was another thing too.
When timing was off. Okay, we have Hope Hicks.
When Hope Hicks came out as sick, I went, she's about to be a scapegoat for something wrong.
Yeah, me too.
I heard it as clear as day.
And then it wasn't a day or two later when he said they were getting tests. Then they got results right away. And then he tested positive. I have not been able to take, I just, in my gut, and I'm gonna tell you something. Johnie gifted me with these cards. I'm learning them. And I remember the first night I slept on was during the debate. And it was like, he came to me and I kind of asked him, like, what you doing here? I don't like your ass. Why you all up in my groove, And he asked, why do they hate me? And this was long before Lindsey Graham was whining about he ain't got no money. I'll get to his ass in a minute, And I thought to myself, I don't hate you, but I don't know why you all up in my thing, I thought, well, maybe it's because the 15 or 20 minutes that I watched the debate distressed me. So, and then the next day you get up and you can feel that vibration in the air. So many people were unhappy, but I didn't meet anyone or talk to anyone that we were phone banking, because the next day we had to ask questions about the debate. And I don't know anybody that said that they thought he did a great job. I had Republicans voting for Joe Biden because they don't dig him. They're voting for Biden just because they don't want Trump. So I thought the timing was really like it was suspect to me. I got suspicious. Hope gets it on a Tuesday, or we know she's been diagnosed, and then here you come on a Thursday, and then on Friday, airlifting your fat ass up out of the White House.
I just heard a really rude joke.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I'm not saying he might not, but now he seems to be improving.
Mm-hmm.
This is a time for them to back up and try to fuck with the election. If I'm wrong, I'll be woman enough to say I am wrong. Wait, hold up. I don't know what I just did, but if I'm wrong, I'm woman enough to say so.
My aunt, I was talking to my aunt last night and she had me on the floor laughing, and she called me and she's like, all right, what are your guides saying? I said, my guides are like, no, this ain't real. She's like, yeah, my guides are saying that too. She's like, this is as convenient as your credit card company giving you a $2,000 credit line increase 3 weeks before Christmas. That's very convenient. And I said, however, and another convenience is that credit card company waits until the third week of January to tell you they also increased your APR by 14%. Because there's something that's going to come on the back end of that. No gift is free.
There's something stinking. Yeah, you get that free money and then you're paying such high interest that you never get close to that. Never get close to paying $2,000. A friend of mine was reading some comments from people, and there are people who are just really, there is no empathy for this cat. There's no sympathy for him. One of the comments said, I hope this motherfucker is rotten from the inside out since he thought it was okay. I thought, damn. He said, I hope, and he was very eloquent in his comment, but he said, if this motherfucker is rotting from the inside out, I don't feel bad. He brought it on himself. He called it a hoax. He's going out to these events, telling other people who are getting sick, and we may never know how many people have actually come down with COVID from any of his parties, because those states are red states, and they've been squashing numbers in Florida. They've been squashing numbers in the red states to make it appear that the numbers aren't going up, but we're over 200,000 people dead. And then we are thinking by December, they're predicting that another 100,000 people can check out. So I haven't talked to anybody who has any freaking sympathy for this cat.
You can't. I mean, you can.
You can.
I mean, you look on his Twitter page, there was the first comment I read, I stopped. She said that she's crying because she doesn't know, and she's praying and hope God nothing because we need you, and I hope nothing happens to you, such and such. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm done, because you need him for what?
Yeah. For what?
Give me the list of 2 things. I won't even go to 10. Give me 2 things he's done for you.
So are you better off? Are you better off now? The economy is shit. Small businesses have had to shutter their businesses. People are, hanging around waiting for another stimulus. Pelosi wants us to get that $600 extra per week. The Republicans are saying, nah, and that's because somebody told me something, a friend of mine, if she's in the feed, Karen Jefferson had, she said they were giving $600 a week because they were appeasing white people. When you get black folks saying, shit, I'm getting more money now than I got working, then it became a problem because people weren't looking for work. I don't know how true that is, but it gave me, I'm thinking, because I had too many of my brothers and sisters say to me, hey, and I thought to myself, if you've been working your ass off for $8 or $9 an hour, and your job is shuttered and you can get extra $600 a week, you deserve it. How many people go out and work for under $10 an hour, doing little jobs, doing 2 jobs, and they still don't even come up to maybe 50. They might come up to $20, busting their ass for $20 an hour with 2 jobs. I mean,
but don't forget, it's going to cost $8 to $9 to get from one job to the other. So there's still
exactly. If you have to take the bus or you want to take a lift, I mean, they're going to work. They're paying to have to work.
Yep.
It's crazy. So I have not been able to shake it, and I promise you, I have prayed about it because I have, as y'all both know, I go on prayer lines, and I want everybody in the feed tonight to know that I go through after each show and write down everyone's name, and I pray for you because I know we all got stuff. You don't have to tell me what your prayer's about. I just know we all have stuff. And I don't pray begging prayers. I pray affirmative prayers. I pray prayers that are about it being done. I don't ever act as if a prayer I've prayed hasn't been answered. Anyway.
Have you guys seen the latest list that was published by CBS News of all the people in the Trump stratosphere who are COVID positive?
Yes. Tom, tell us.
So may I read the list, please?
Sure.
Okay. Chris Christie, we know, President Trump, Melania Trump, Hope Hicks, Kellyanne Conway. Her daughter ratted her out, snitched on her.
That child is trying to bust out.
Senator Mike Lee from Utah, obviously Senator Tom Tillis from North Carolina, Bill Stephen, I can never say his last name.
Ron Johnson.
Senator Ron Johnson from Wyoming, Rona McDonald, and Reverend John Jenkins.
Plus the president of Notre Dame.
Yep.
And this is supposed to be that whole herd immunity thing. Mm-hmm. Let's get out and spread it to everybody, and over time, your body will grow immune to it. Mm-hmm. I wish the motherfucker.
If you do not die first.
If you don't die first. And then which strain are you getting? This shit has mutated multiple times.
It has.
In the United States.
It's not even what it was. And no, because I'm convinced I had it. I really am. I got so sick. In November, I got so sick. I really wanted to die. It was like I couldn't keep anything down. I had labored breathing. I could barely walk. I had a high fever. And the only thing I could do, but it wasn't like a normal sleep. It really felt like death. It felt like I had been, after a time, if it hadn't been for my friend who was looking out for me, washing me down with alcohol and helping me get to the restroom. And it was not the flu, okay? Mm-hmm. Not the flu. And I had really prepared myself. I said, well, Lord, if this is it, let them be gone. So when they come back, it's not the flu. And I was around people who got very, very ill with serious colds and stuff, and it didn't affect me. So this thing has mutated since February. I mean, it's smart. It's a smart virus. What are we talking about? Because ain't shit funny. We ain't laughed at since Adrian's shit joke,
God damn. You should have left.
Yeah. I want to say one more thing. This was quite interesting.
I'm talking about COVID, about dad up in the hospital getting a little rest.
In his video today, in his 4-minute video where he spent 3 minutes talking about himself, he talked about Melania. The first thing he said is he wanted Melania wanted him to give a message to tell everybody that she cares about the country and that she is doing a little bit better. And as you know, this is what he said. And as you know, she's a little bit younger than me. And you know how it affects people and affects people age. And I'm like,
with diabetes,
I do this too. I interrupt my own self. I get it. But just finish the whole sentence before you chop it up with all the bullshit first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
First of all, she's a vain woman, first of all, so she doesn't want you to tell everybody she's
her age.
And we got tapes with her talking about how she ain't even. Melania is one of these chicks that wants to do nothing. So we got the secret tapes her friend gave where she fuck Christmas or something like that. You know, she does. What is her agenda? What is she fucked up the rose garden to the point it got flooded out
because there was no trees or shrubs or bushes or berries to absorb anything.
What? And then we did Be Best, which was like, be best of what, bitch? You know, what you
talking about? Be best at grammar. How about that?
Be best at...
God damn.
What? You know,
speak 8 languages. Can you make English one of them, please?
Well, right. Exactly. Oh, jeez Louise.
This raggedy hoe. I can't.
She want to be out there decorating no Christmas trees and shit. Well, you know, child, decorating is not your strong.
Not your thing. Good.
Anyway, when you had on them damn red Christmas trees out there, I thought we were fuck. That reminded me of Dracula's Vlad the Impaler and shit. That was some other shit going on.
I think our new drinking game should be for the rest of the night. Anytime one of us says any variation of that motherfucker ain't sick.
I promise you. So on the prayer lines, okay, there was like, we usually I go to one every day at noontime because I love the people on this prayer line and I have witnessed results. Okay, I love the way they do it. They are doing it from the heart. And then there's one at 9:00 that I go on. And we usually go from Monday to Thursdays on the 9:00 hour. But there was this emergency thing for us to come out and pray for the country. Now, these sisters got on there and because they had witnessed or seen a video where these Proud Boys and all these militia cats were organizing and talking about they were going to do at the polls. So she's concerned about us being able to vote safely. Well, this other lady got on at the very end when we were about ready to go. I was kind of on just listening. This woman got on, and because in the Bible, it says that you have to pray for your leaders. Johnie, you know this. Adrian, you know this. Pray for our leaders. I'm not there yet because the only thing I've ever prayed about was that the truth be witnessed, that the truth come out, that any of his shenanigans and the shenanigans of his minions are revealed and like put on blast, you know, so that even if his people don't want to believe it, we know what's going down. Oh, Lord. She got on and she started praying and she started sobbing. I had to turn the volume down because the one thing I will not do is that I will not touch and agree on a prayer that I ain't agreeing with. You know, I'll just quietly. And I could not do it. I could not do it.
Here's the thing, though. I got to edit that a little bit because, yes, you should pray for your leaders, but you should pray for their soul like you would any other human being, leader or not. So that's one. 2, you pray for them to make godly decisions. That's what they're supposed to be prayed for, because the godly decision would be the best benefit of the people. Yep. Because the church is supposed to take care of the welfare of the people, and the king is supposed to take care of the security of the people. Like I said, church and state. Separation of church and state is in the Bible. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to operate as 2 separate entities. The government is not supposed to be sending you money every month. The church is. But anyway, it's kind of the way it is now because it is our money. But we are supposed to pray for his soul like everybody else. And we're supposed to pray for to make godly decisions. Not, I'm praying for you to stay strong while you con me. Yep. I'm praying for you to stay strong while you fake an illness. I'm praying for you to stay strong while you take my money that you were supposed to be building a wall, a pointless wall that you can just get in the airplane and fly over, or dig a tunnel and go under. I'm not supposed to be. That's a skewed prayer, because I'm just praying for what I want. I want you to build a wall between me and Mexican people so they don't take my job and make all these delicious tacos. I want you to build this wall. I don't really care about nothing else. Build that wall so they stay over there with their taco recipes and we stay over here with our hamburgers that we stole from another country. Anyway, what I really want is to make godly decisions, not necessarily personal decisions. But this is not the person who makes godly decisions, because he can't even spell it and he holds his Bible upside down.
He really does, and he has never asked for forgiveness. But speaking of the apple nut, y'all, I just thought about Eric. He came whizzing through, talking about he's part of the LGBTQ. He's part of the gay community,
but not part of the gay community. He didn't even get the letters right.
It's kind of hard to listen to. He wanted to say Joe Biden has been mooching after people for 47 years. He's done nothing. You know, this cat thinks kittens grow up to be dogs. So it's kind of hard to like, let's check in on Eric's ass, because, you know, he's got to go and testify.
Maybe.
You think that daddy is doing
him and his sphere are all getting coronavirus.
Yep.
So he might conveniently come up sick too. That way he ain't got to go talk to Tish, and she ain't gonna grill him from top to bottom. And he don't have to plead the fifth. Now he can plead the cough, and then he can be all right.
Now, do you think for 1 minute, see, this is why we have been lied to so much by him and this administration.
Yep.
We can't believe, you can't even feel nothing for the man, even if he does have.
We can't even believe his doctors. His doctors come out and say, "Oh, he has it. He had a high temperature. He had the." I don't even believe that.
I don't believe him.
I don't believe it. Maybe he can get that African chick. She
volunteered. She's like,
hydroxychloroquine.
She said, "Trump, I got your hydroxychloroquine.
Hydroxychloroquine and eat and get a chicken head and shake it all over. I mean, demon seed and what demon did. What was he talking about?
Oh, I got to the bottom of Trump and his bleach. Because I put 2 and 2 together. This is why he said drink bleach. There is a miracle cure from overseas that they have cured AIDS, they have cured cancers, they have cured Alzheimer's with this chlorine dioxide, which is basically industrial strength bleach. And they have used it many, many, many times. In my comments, there was a tarot reader who said that this is indeed true. It's called MMS, it's Miracle Magic Solution or some bullshit. I don't know. She said it is indeed a solution. They cured malaria. They cured this, and this over in Africa. Look it up. I'm like, I'm not looking it up. Please block and delete. Thank you. And so that's where he gets that from. From overseas, they have a thing called chlorine dioxide, which is what they use in industrial strength bleach. That's why he said drink bleach, because they believe it is a cure for everything.
But I thought it had to do with this dude down in Florida, this alleged doctor who was who the FDA told him to sit his ass down because he was trying to get approval for bleach tablets because it cured everything.
That's where all that comes from. He's a Trump supporter. His sons got arrested and they got their house raided for all their little knickknacks and paddywhacks. But they indeed did say, if you take, and mind you, because this is also, if you go and do some research, in a cap full, you use a cap full of bleach and you can clean your water. You can disinfect your water, like after a hurricane or something, when the water main maybe has broken and then the water is dirty, you can disinfect your water with bleach and it is safe to drink in a certain amount. What they were saying is that is what you need to do for coronavirus, is you take this certain amount of bleach, of chlorine dioxide, and you will be fine. And so what I want to know is, when is Trump taking his chlorine dioxide?
Yeah, when's he taking his chlorine dioxide or the My Pillow guy who's selling oleander extract
And the
somehow?
Regeneron, that's what he's on right now. That was an article said that they're giving Trump Regeneron.
An experimental drug.
And the stock went up astronomically overnight.
And I thought that was a treatment, not a vaccine.
Mm-hmm. It's a treatment.
And if it's a treatment, he's
Go
still
ahead, baby. Go ahead, Johnny.
I think if it's, but I'm here because I'm not a doctor. So I'm treatment and vaccine and cure and all that kind of run through my head as one word sometimes. But if he is getting a vaccine, then fine, that'll cure you of your coronavirus. If you are getting a treatment, that is to treat your symptoms. That's not a cure for anything.
That's right.
So what is Regeneron? Is it a cure or is it a treatment?
I watched On It today, and she said that Regeneron is goes in, I guess, and kind of tricks the virus so that instead of it attaching to the host, it attaches to this Regeneron. Yeah.
Cells. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't attach to the host virus. The virus is tricked by, and I hope I have that right. But if he's got a vaccine, let him and the children of the corn take it first. You know, I'm not trying to take anything this cat recommends. Because I had heard that they have these trials lined up and that there were a number of people who were in line to test this vaccine and that 44,000 of them were Black people. And I'm saying, Black people, remember the Tuskegee experiment.
I don't believe that because as Black people, I'm gonna tell you something about African Americans. We real
funny about it.
Have you ever been in a car with a Black person and the driver doesn't know where they're going? It is the black people will shut that shit down quick. We just as a people, we're not that trusting. Okay.
No, we're not gonna trust you to give us some shit that you're not taking.
We're just not. So I don't believe that.
I don't either. It sounded a little like outside, but I keep thinking about Eric, and I keep thinking about the fact that this is all a way. I think it's a way to fuck with the election, quite frankly. Because didn't Mitch McConnell say today that we're thinking about postponing? Some CNN hack told Joe Biden he should cease campaigning. Now, the nicest thing Biden did do was take down any ads.
But he should not have done that.
And I don't think he should have done it.
I don't think he should have done it because this cat wouldn't even. I wanted to shake my fist in the air and say, "Why are you taking him down?" The link he was asking. I don't think the Lincoln Project has stopped. I think they know better.
I mean, I get why he did it because it seems in poor taste to criticize this man that harshly when he says he has a debilitating disease. But fuck him and anybody that look like him.
That's
this
right.
Person who kidnapped people's children, put them in a cage. Right. 2 of them died. He didn't give a shit. Neither did his wife, who walked up the steps with a jacket on that says, "I don't care to you." And he supported it. And then he stole all our money. Talking about he's gonna build a wall between us and Mexico, and then stole all our fucking money. Ain't built. Yeah. And so now you want me to believe that he has the coronavirus, which he's lying about, and then he lied about from the beginning, and 210,000 people died because of this big fat son of a bitch. And now you want to take down your negative ass because of what? You're gonna hurt his feelings.
Of what? Because of the truth.
Fuck his wife feelings, fuck his daughter's feelings, fuck his kids' feelings, fuck Barron feelings too. Everybody can get it. What I want to know is you put that ad back up. What's it gonna do? Is he didn't take down the negative ads about your ass?
Right. Sure isn't. He's actually using on YouTube, if you notice, he's actually using ads from the debate saying if it was under you, 2 million people would have died. You know, like wearing like over 200,000 people dead, like that's a badge of honor. You know, and they're using that on YouTube. Whenever you see those ads, give them the thumbs down. Anything Republican, if they give you a choice between the thumbs up and down, say thumbs down. Yeah, he's using what happened at the debate against Joe Biden. And I guess I get to the point where I say, you know what? When they go low, we need to bury these motherfuckers. You need
sick of that.
We need to dig a trench and put them all in there. Because
I said when they go low, you thank them for being in a position where I can kick you in the face.
that's right. You know, where I can dig a trench and throw your ass in it and put as much dirt on top of it as I can.
Yep.
And Don Jr., I just get a feeling that he is truly frightened out of his mind. Who do you think? Did you hear about a judge that has stopped those commissions? Bill Barr had tried to put some kind of police commissions together or something. You know, he had this thing where they were gonna go into these cities that were owned where Democrats, states where Democratic governors and mayors they had these police, they were going to send these people in, and the federal judge said, I don't think so. Anyway, we ain't had much laughs tonight. Thank you, Johnny, for that. That made me laugh. You went right on in and told us.
I mean, I get Joe want to be and okay, fine, but
That's ill-advised.
him and his feelings, and anybody that got feelings like him, he did not care and does not care about nobody but himself. Not even Melania. I told you in a 4-minute video, he didn't bring that bitch up not one time, except 3 minutes in, just to bundle up some stuff talking about she feels good about America. No, this bitch don't. She can't even spell America. Okay,
She can't even say it, and she doesn't give a shit about America. And to say that she wants, you know, she's rooting for the country. No, she isn't.
No,
she isn't.
Not for this country, she ain't.
No, she's not. And you know, he's talking about thank you for the prayers. He really need to take a step back, because some people praying for your ass to check up out of here like real quick.
Yep.
For quickness. Yeah, they praying all right.
Be careful.
Because if he comes out in a couple of weeks and he's lost some weight and he's detoxed and all this shit, the Q children and his followers are gonna totally think that he's.
That was another thing on Twitter. Is they were condemning people who were wishing death upon him, and then AOC and the rest of the crew was like, well, where was Twitter is deleting people who are wishing death upon Donald Trump, and then AOC and them was like, well, where were you when they were doing it to us?
Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
So they have no answer for that one.
Yep.
Well, you know, Twitter, Facebook are like all Donald Trump makes them money. It's a shame to me that all they do is do that little fact check thing on his lies. What good does that do?
Nothing.
It's out there already.
We know he lying. His supporters don't read that. I mean, so
no.
What the hell is it for? You just wasted somebody's time. Basically, is all you did.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy. Well, let's just get on with.
But go back to Eric for a second, because we didn't actually talk about Eric. Go back to Eric.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to Eric. What's Eric doing, girl? Look at Eric's chakra. He's got any damn chakras.
Do you
got any shit worth looking at?
Wants to he wants to testify. Do you believe he's going to testify?
Oh, I think that at some point, baby, he's gonna have absolutely no choice.
Now, do you believe if he testifies that he is going to just plead the fifth and then go?
If he pleads the fifth, that is like an admission of guilt. And at some point, him pleading the fifth don't get his ass off the hook.
But would he take that bullet for his father, as they all say?
You know, I think the boys, those two boys are weak. I think it's the women, you know, like Don Jr. got Kelly Guilfoyle on his deck with
that child.
And now she's the one driving that show, you know, trying to keep him afloat. I think that those kids would snap like a potato chip under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. And I think the right questioning and the right amount of pressure, they would give their daddy up, because he gonna give them up. You don't think so?
We're not taking into account psychology in children of narcissists. Children of narcissists will protect their narcissistic parent because they have been brainwashed. It's part of Stockholm. It's Stockholm syndrome of children of narcissists. They tend to always take up for their parent, because remember, they're always, for the most part, they're trying to still gain some type of
acceptance.
Yes.
Well, it's like Munchausen, to where you believe you're sick your whole life because your parent told you so, and you never were.
And they're the reason for the sickness. They're the one that's
all they wanted was the attention of it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not necessarily going to be so quick to say they would turn daddy in, because they're so terrified of they know how vicious their daddy is and what daddy will do to them. So I'm not necessarily I'm not going to say yes, they're going to snitch on daddy, but I'm also going to go. One thing I know well is for the most part, it's the psychology of a child of a narcissist. And I don't necessarily think, especially him, Don Jr. maybe, but Eric.
Yeah, Don Jr. is not a strong guy. No, Don Jr.'s got a mind like a piece of bubble gum.
No, I actually think between the two of them, Don Jr. may be the one who would, I wouldn't say fold, but would conveniently drop a couple truths to protect himself, versus Eric would completely capitulate.
Yeah, let's look in on Eric and see what's going on with his chakras.
Let's see.
I just see fear. I really do. And on top of all their bluster, I feel like they're scared. I feel like they're scared.
It's never been this close before. Like, the truth and justice has never been this close before. But then again, none of this has been this close until his father ran for president and people took it seriously. Then the next thing you know, like I said, Jen always says, if you will order something from the universe, you have to be specific, because
that's right.
He wanted attention, he got attention, just not in the way he wanted it. And so all of them now got attention. So it's never been this close before.
They can run for president and they ain't digging all up in all your stuff.
All he wanted was applause. He didn't want the presidency.
Yeah, and you got to understand, they're not bright. They've never been in that sphere. Not to mention, most of the people who worked for them in that campaign had not, with the exception of maybe Omarosa, had never been in the White House, had never worked in politics, who never could sit back and say, listen, your life is about to be under a microscope.
Right. Oh, Lord. Let's check it. I want to look in on him, though. I mean, he said he's part of the LGBTQ community. What part is he playing?
So he's not. He came back and made a corrective statement. And what he said is that some neighbors or close friends are LGBT. He said that he misspoke, that he's got friends. They've got some close family friends who are LGBTQIA. When he did his corrective statement, he actually got some of the goddamn letters of the motherfucking alphabet correct, at least. Fuckface. And so he said that the LGBTQIA, actually, they're huge. What was funny was he put a huge umbrella over the entire gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender questioning community, which is they love Trump and they feel safe in Trump.
That's a lie. That's a kid that says kittens grow up to be dogs. Ask Caitlyn Jenner, who was out there stumping for his dad, and then he started wanting to outlaw trans people in the military and stuff. And then she had the nerve to try to be upset about it.
Caitlyn Jenner's a son of a bitch too, though.
Yeah, I said, what made you think that you were going to make a difference in this man's life? He wanted your vote. He didn't give, he looks at you as Lindsey Graham is the only one that said you could stop by and see him anytime. He did.
Leave my campaign donation on that dresser.
Yeah,
And we wonder how he got that extra 10 million all of a sudden.
Yeah, he got an extra 10 million from somewhere.
Private donors.
Yeah.
I bet that booty hole's so loose right
I'm
now.
telling you, they dropped off more than money.
That girl can't.
You had a KY convention right there in your house.
That
can't sit, she can't shit, she can't even sneeze too
No,
hard.
she probably depends, baby, because shit is running out of her right. She been working overtime for 10 mil.
That girl is tired. That
Yeah,
girl
she's tired.
Do some colonics.
You know,
work for that 10
you don't need no colonics. He's getting them. So looking on Eric, see what he's thinking right now. I want
Veet and Fleet, goddamn. Veet and Fleet. If y'all don't know what Veet and Fleet is, talk to
Fleet. I
Talk
know
to
what
somebody.
Fleet is.
Talk to somebody.
The Fleet. The
Talk
Fleet.
Talk to some of your friends in the LGBTQ community. They'll explain what a Veet and Fleet is.
They don't love Trump, and they don't love Eric.
No.
I think Eric is undercover. What you think? I think Ron Johnson is on the DL. I think they're trying to blame that one. Is his name Mark Lee or something? They're trying to blame him for spreading coronavirus to everybody. On the you know who we should look at? The nominee for Supreme Court Justice.
So we're not looking at Eric anymore?
Let's look at it. I'm sorry. Let's look at Eric.
Where are we going, Jace? Where are we fucking going? I'm trying to stay home, but I'm like, if this Negro does not pull this shit, where are we going?
Okay, I know. Okay, because it's coming fast.
Shit.
Let's look at Eric first.
Looks like I done threw the cards. I heard Johnie flipping
All
some
right,
cards.
Johnny, you threw yours.
No,
Johnny,
I don't
okay.
have choppers.
Okay,
Let's look at Eric first.
so for Eric, crown chakra, particularly with presence and with faith. This motherfucker is on his knees praying right now. Lord, please give me an out. Jesus, if you can hear me, I need a motherfucking out. How can you help me?
How can you help me?
Okay.
Okay.
So again, we've got our third eye chakra and our solar plexus chakra. What he's trying to do is he's going to try to walk in there and kind of he wants to follow his dad's lead, which is work on gut instincts. Just go from the cuff, talk, do this bravado. I can tell you now, it doesn't work for your daddy, and it's damn sure not
It ain't work for you.
The only way you can count to 10, count to 11, or count to 10 and a half is if you're butt naked.
Right now, I said this to somebody's face. So, Eric, if you want me to, I'll say it to you too. Jesus doesn't know you, and he regrets dying for you.
Yeah, that's about 100% accurate, John.
It's like I take it back.
Dreams. So with his third eye chakra, I bet you he's having some lucid dreams, trying to figure out. He wants to visualize how he thinks he wants to go in and own Letitia James. He's heard of his dad's horrible rhetoric towards women, and particularly Black women. He thinks she's beneath him. He does not have to answer to her or to the court. And so he's almost like, kind of like how Johnie, I love Johnny's analogy with mind movies, right? Is that, you call it mind movies, right, Johnie?
Something like that.
Yes.
Brain movies, I think.
Brain movies. He's
Head
having
movies.
head movies. Thank you.
Head movies.
Head movies right now via his dreams. He's kind of like, how can I? He's visualizing this. He's using his third eye chakra to visualize an outcome that, I hate to break it to you, motherfucker, is not real.
It's not gonna work.
Here's the thing, and this is the part where I don't know where I myself don't know whether to shit or go blind as I get this. He wants compassion. Can you believe that? The motherfucking girl. This motherfucker wants compassion. He doesn't have it.
No.
He's looking for it. Oh my God, look at me.
Miss James is gonna beat his ass and make him wear her panties. He gonna be her bitch by the time she gets through with him. Mother,
here's the thing. Eric don't know because he hasn't been exposed. But let me tell you, as an African American myself, I have grown up in a family of women. Predominantly, there's 88% of my family is women. Okay, when you have a boy, it's a very rare thing. there's two type of black women that you cannot win an argument against, and particularly that you might come across in your life. Number one is the one who's on ghetto repeat. This is the person who's saying, say it again. So we'll say it again. I bet you won't. She will shout you down. You can't get nothing in. And she gonna say the same thing over and over again. And she goes, she got big ass hoop earrings and out there hands. And there's another one. There's another one. And that's Letitia James, somebody who know they shit.
Yep. Right.
Whatever you say, she got a fucking answer. Whatever.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh my God, I can't get nothing by you. I can't get nothing around you. I can't get nothing over you. Like, why do you got to answer for everything? No matter what you say, she got to answer for it.
Yeah.
You win the argument and you get nothing but frustrated, and then you let it all out, and then she got you.
Eric, she got you, and they gonna have to ask for the first bathroom break.
Eric, if you're talking. Eric, if you're talking and she's quiet and she's doing this.
Yeah, you don't. She got you, boo boo.
She's doing this.
That is my favorite. I would just sit back and go.
Yes.
Because she's not new at this. She didn't get out of law school yesterday. Like this.
No, she's not General James for nothing.
General.
Yeah, right. And you in African Americans.
And then you come in there with your cockiness and your pale skin, and you think just because she is, you already know more than she do. Okay.
No. That is something that's gonna. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Now we're gonna look in on Homegirl who actually wrote an opinion about President Obama being able to make an appointment 10 months before an election, and she's now up for election or nomination. What, we got 30 days left, just about, before
something like that. A red check.
30 days before we have to go out and cast our votes. So let's look at her rank ass. She's, I don't like to see somebody try to go in on me on Instagram about educating myself, saying, well, abortion's not gonna stop because Roe versus Wade is overturned. I'm saying
legal abortions. We're trying to prevent women from dying.
That's right. We're going to go to clothes hangers and quinine and whatever it takes to get rid of a baby. More barbaric ways. And I want to know, why is that men can get dick pumps, Cialis, Viagra, they can get everything to keep their little dicks hard.
On insurance.
Nothing for women.
On insurance.
On insurance.
Meanwhile, if I want to order a goddamn sex 'em up toy, it's gonna come with all the Adrian, welcome, and here's your rabbit, and
and nobody subsidizes
it. Health care. The people that are so religious say, well, we don't want to give birth control, and
that's because they say limp dick is a medical condition. And so that's why you can get pills, is because you need to get it. Why?
Why? I mean,
because you need a baby. Because remember, that's all the sex is for. You ain't supposed to do it because you're enjoying it.
No, you're not supposed to do it because you dig it. Right? Not because you're enjoying it. You
don't need a baby. Go to the doctor and let them put a syringe and suck it out of you. How about that?
Oh, gosh. So they get blue pills, they get Cialis, they can get all pumps. They can get all of that on their insurance, and we can't get birth control.
And that's another thing, Monique White. The taxes on tampons are insane. They should be tax-free. They are in some places. They were in Florida, but they should be everywhere, number one. And number two, since that's a medical condition.
Like I said, no,
my insurance should cover and subsidize my feminine hygiene product.
And let's talk about, if you want to get a clean cotton, all cotton, organic, real
it's real expensive.
That motherfucker is so goddamn expensive.
It's real expensive.
Keep my coochie clean and itch.
Yeah, I won't die from having a tampon. Okay.
Because I'm, like I say, 88% of my family is women, and my sister had 4 girls. I had to buy them because when I worked in the store, and when you work at a store, they think since you're there, can you pick it up? So it's like, buying that for 4 girls who all had different stages of cycles and different days. Like, I mean, I was an expert on what you got. What you got, super, you got light. What you got, like, you know, and that shit is hot. And she was like, just get the cheapest one. I'm like, why get the cheapest one when that's not the one you want?
Right.
We're not talking about something you're going to eat. This is something that's supposed to make you comfortable. As comfortable as possible.
And that's touching the most delicate, sensitive part.
Right.
Why you bleeding and ain't nobody touch you? It's like, come on now.
So she says that first of all, he shouldn't have a nominee in an election year. She's made written some pretty disparaging opinions about separate is equal. She thinks that she wants to fight with the she's supposed to be a constitutionalist or an originalist. So in her mind, we would still be 3/4 of a person, or 3/5 of the person. We would still be chattel. We would still be furniture. This bitch is crazy. She's talking about men are ordained to be the heads of the household. That's God's will. Nah.
Did she say that?
She did. Because that's the Catholic cult that she's in.
The people of faith, isn't that what it's called?
But wait.
That's part of it. It's the whole patriarchy thing that's part of her extreme.
Why is she a judge? That's way too much authority for a woman to have. In your dichotomy. That's way too much authority for a woman to have, especially trying to be a Supreme Court judge.
Ding, ding, ding.
You should be at the house making biscuits with the shoes
and having more babies. And she's adopted 2 children from Haiti. So I think it was Jen Lynn or somebody said, I wonder if she has the little black children eating in a separate room.
She's got Negroids, don't she?
Yeah, she's got
piglets. She does.
Oh,
I think she's not
that's very Angelina of you.
Yeah, I would hate to have her as a mother. I can imagine she got her some black cheering.
I just want to go to those little babies and go, if you're in danger,
run.
Because we will get a couple homegirls gonna beat us.
When y'all go out with mommy to shop, you need to look at a stranger and run and scream, like you just don't want to go with this bitch. She's crazy, and I really feel in my gut that they're gonna dig some stuff up on her because the Democrats don't want this nomination to go through. But if he thinks for one moment that white suburban women who are professional women who might have squeezed out their 1 or 2 babies and they trying to get back to work so they can hire them a nanny and go do something else. If she and I'm sick of these people shouting pro-life when you're really just anti-abortion. You care about the child while it's unborn, but when it's here, if the mother needs federal aid or public assistance, then she's a burden on the system. You don't mind that a baby will be abused and sometimes killed because the parents are too young or just too hateful or too full of dope. The child, you're not fostering any children. You're anti-abortion. I'd like to go on YouTube and watch these Republicans against Trump. I voted for Trump because he's pro-life. Trump ain't pro-shit, except give me that pro-money you got.
How many of his mistresses have had to get abortions?
You see, and I think there might be one hanging out. God forbid, one woman might have a baby.
We have to go back to Hope Hicks for 2 seconds. I'm not going to tell you the source, but y'all know I live, fortunately, like right down the street from the White House.
Yeah, girl.
I was talking to someone last night. No, someone overheard me talking to my TT last night because apparently, us African.
Yeah, that's what we call our aunties, TT.
When, we get a little excited, we kind of project a little bit too much, and I forgot about projecting too much.
Yeah, loud whispers.
And somebody behind me goes, "Don't forget, he's fucking Hope Hicks."
I told you they was having a threesome.
No threesome. They fucking, period. according to the motherfucker behind me, out up in my motherfucking business.
And really,
Yeah.
So here's the
he
thing.
likes them young, you know.
We had a
I did a reading and I could see her, but I never said it because I didn't want to sound like a conspiracy person.
Mm-hmm.
So I said he has a woman.
What
She
you
has
do?
dark hair. She's got she's got dark hair, and her face popped into my mind. Mind you,
Mm-hmm.
I thought Hope Hicks was that other heifer. What's her name?
Haley McEnany.
Haley Hicks. What's that heifer? What's her
Haley
name?
Hicks.
Haley McEnany.
No. It's the woman they kept saying she can be president. The Republican lady.
Nikki Haley.
Mickey Haley. That's who I thought Hope Hicks
I thought she was doing him too.
because I didn't know who Nikki Haley was. I didn't because I'm not a politician.
Her name ain't even. She's an Eastern
So,
Indian.
in my mind, I could see Hope Hicks' face, but I thought Nikki Haley was Hope Hicks, so I never said the name Hope Hicks.
Mm-mm.
And so I thought, okay, Nikki Haley is Hope Hicks. But I got that he is not only in a relationship with this person, He is paying for her apartment or house or wherever it is that she is living. She gets a stipend from him, and she has a driver that he provides. That's what I was getting.
If she works in the White House, she gets all of that.
Yes, I didn't. Because again, I'm thinking this is just his side piece and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I seen her face, but I didn't know her name was Hope Hicks. I thought the person.
And I bet Bill Barr is the reason that when she got in that hot water and had to leave. When she got in that hot water and had to leave,
Come on back.
yeah, it's safe for you to come on back now because he missed you and he ain't right.
He's here after Melania renegotiates her prenup.
Mm-hmm. And so I asked this man who I nicknamed him Point Dexter because he did look and I hate to say there's a look, but there is a look of particularly white men who work in government here. You can spot them a mile away. Mm-hmm. And so, my TT was like, show me the receipts, my dude, like I need some proof.
Yeah.
And I was very surprised that he kind of started dropping some things to verify that the information he would be a credible source. And we were like, I'll be a monkey's ass. He was like, I wouldn't necessarily say he doesn't have it. Because he's fucking her. Now I was like, and it was early. It was only 7:00, so I can't say that he was drunk and talking out of his ass. Mm-hmm. Early in the evening, he came up in my motherfucking car.
Oh, Hicks, wow.
Now look here. I mean, because I can't shame a hoe for her.
Younger than Melania, right? I mean, younger than.
She's younger than everybody.
She's younger than me.
And like I said, I can't, go ahead.
If I end up in a ditch in a couple days, y'all know that motherfucker saw it too. He left my house and came out.
No, we'll cover you with the blood.
Like I said, I can't shame a hoe for her stroll.
I sure can.
I mean, because a bunch of money, then you might throw it to the moon for whoever. But this in particular person,
I know. It's the power.
I mean, it would take. I can't
and
thank you for your stroll, but I can't see you on top of me.
Like and he ain't even got good credit no more.
Look, it can't.
He can't do nothing. They got his little tiny walnuts is roasted. Oh my God!
Remember when she came back? The whole point was she really understands him. She's the one who can get through to him.
She can keep him calm.
Whatever. Yeah. When she.
Like, what is she doing? Oh, now we know.
Under the table.
Yeah.
Why you keep dropping your fork? What the hell? You got
right.
Get this bitch a spoon. You don't like forks? You don't like forks?
If you want a Q-tip, you just go to the store and get one. You can clean your ears. He's got IBM on him. Told you he's got itty bitty meat. He ain't got shit down there. She can probably get him to like, oh God, I don't even want to think about it. I can't even go there with that. So
I've got my assumptions, but why is she in a relationship with him?
Ivanka probably arranged it.
Do you think it is even slightly possible? Because anything is possible. Everybody ain't for everybody, but there is something for everybody. Do you think that she actually likes him?
That's what I want to throw.
Let's find out.
Why is she with him? Because
There's got to be money.
let's back up. I just want to go on record again. Dexter got into my conversation with my TT. I did not invite Point Dexter in. I did not turn around and say, "Hi, Point Dexter. Would you like to join this conversation with my TT?" Nothing.
He was all up in your grill, girl.
He made a point to have a conversation with two fat black bitches. So
But if you see them talking, that's where all the tea is.
That's where all the tea is. And he might like dark meat.
They got the best conversations.
hmm.
I don't want to hear Ethel and Mary Jo talking. They ain't got shit to say. Lemon meringue recipes.
I want to hear this fat black bitch talking.
They saying some shit over here. Now this is where you
Yeah, right. Now, this is interesting. And I have to show them that I am somebody.
Oh Lord, I can't do it. Where's the young person? Wheel of Fortune. So it's. Here's the thing, though.
Okay.
Hope Hicks is not a preacher. She's not a Melania. She don't look like somebody stuck her head in a Barbie doll mode and it came out wrong. She could go get somebody from Wall Street.
Well, wasn't she married? Wasn't she dating that boy that beat his wife down? Rob Porter, was that his name? Weren't they dating? And his wife came and said he beat the crap out of me, and then that ended that relationship.
Okay. So here's what I get. The first two cards told me everything, but I needed to know, but I kept pulling. Starts off with the Emperor. So him. She sees him as this thing of power. Crossed by the Six of Pentacles. So he shares with her. Okay. In the past, this is a strategy for her to go deeper into the Republican Party with the 10 of Cups. That's always my Republican card. He gets she's able to spread her messages with the Knight of Pentacles. She's able to, her name will carry through the Republican Party. This is the part, this is the kicker. This is the part that made me throw up a little bit in my mouth and then also laugh my black motherfucking ass off. The outcome is the Six of Cups nostalgia. This bitch got a daddy complex.
I think so.
She got a daddy complex.
I think so.
Johnny Brown says, isn't Hope Hicks' dad into horse racing? I know he's money. And Jan B says she dated Corey Lewandowski. You got to be on narcotics to get with that fucker.
The guy who looks like he died 2 days ago?
Yes.
And I would imagine she's
uh,
got daddy issues, so she can go in, he can pretend she's Ivanka. And she can get her daddy fixed. What you got, Johnny?
Same thing.
Yeah, she's got a daddy complex. And she's using this to kind of get deeper, get her name, get through. She's got political aspirations, and she hitched her into this horse.
Well, then she can be like Marina Butina. You know, Biggie Smiles say everybody's a pimp and a hoe, so she can
go get you Adam
way up through the rank.
Where he about to die, and you can just wait and take his money.
Right.
We're one owns everybody in the world. You ain't about to get shit from him.
Oh,
you
no,
might get some itchies and scratchies, but you ain't gonna get nothing else.
You're gonna get in some delayed brain disease from the syphilis.
I'm saying all your haunches is gonna be on fire.
Fuck. I'm actually hurting just thinking about it. I'm like,
you're gonna be on one of them commercials talking about my name is Nikki Haley. I know it ain't her name. My name is Nikki Haley, and I live with genital warts. And then she's gonna be riding a bicycle, and they gonna be playing music, and then the
unlimited. You know, if you're
so happy now the soundtracks. My herpes. I have fewer outbreaks.
Right. Take Dupixent. It'll fix it.
Oh, get you some bleach. It cures everything.
And this is against anybody who has genital warts or herpes. No shade, y'all.
I mean, if you got them, then I don't need you to tell the whole chat. So
I don't imagine it's something people want to talk about, really, but I'm just he can pretend she's Ivanka because he has that unnatural thing about his daughter, you know, an unnatural.
Because he said, if that's not my daughter, I would be dating her.
I would date her.
Yep, that's natural. That's real natural.
Yeah.
So the judge give him some head too. What? How did she get nominated?
Federal Society, obviously. You don't even need to do
Yeah,
it.
because Trump didn't, he doesn't know her.
She's gonna do one thing and one thing only, and that's or one thing that he heard and one thing only, which is repeal ACA.
That's it.
That's it.
They want Republican agenda pushed through, even if Biden's in the office. They don't care about nothing else.
That's it.
That's why Mitch McConnell has been refilling the courts all over the country while Trump has been standing in front of him, shouting and screaming. And that's all the news could focus on was Donald Trump and all the garbage he was doing out his mouth. He filled the courts. He did his job. And so he can go back in his turtle shell and die. And so then Donald Trump, well, if he's out of office, they still set it up. They got the game set up.
Well,
so, you know, now they want the Supreme Court. That's it.
I think some of those judges are going to get impeached because they lied. Anybody, you know, people are saying, when she said she was going to turn that she was against Roe v. Wade, you know, her name has been scrubbed or removed from some court. It might have been the people of faith. Maybe they're trying to clean up her act. But that bitch is crazy. There's something not right about her. I don't care how many children you squeezed out.
I'm also confused. I will take this to my deathbed, and I hope there's a few more places on the map I want to see, and a couple more dicks I'd like to suck and fuck before out there, Jesus. So can we postpone this death if it's your will, Lord? I to my grave. I don't understand this. How the fuck are you a circuit judge and you've never even filed a deposition?
You haven't gone into court. That's what I'm saying. That's what a lot of the judges that they seated could not even answer basic first year law questions. They've never been in a courtroom. They've never tried a case. Remember when they first started, some of the judges got so embarrassed at their hearing that they said, fuck this, I ain't trying to go there.
I was recently watching an old
that has Thurgood Marshall's seat. He is an ugly, vile, he's just ugly. And the reason he hates everybody because he ain't getting pussy from nobody. Unless he's paying for it.
Why?
And it's like, you know, he's a vile man. He don't like black people. He don't like the LGBTQ, like the women. He is just a vile little bastard. And he's right now probably grinning. Yeah, I got that nigga's seat. I got Thurgood Marshall's seat. I want him to be impeached because he wrote some vile opinions.
Johnie, what were you saying earlier?
Yeah, well, maybe I could have used a little constraint.
Oh, I saw I was recently watching an old clip of Bill Maher's show where he was talking about the Bush Justice Department and how they filled the courts too. And they had 150 judges who were from Liberty University, who were lawyers, 150 lawyers and attorneys around the country and judges that were from Liberty University, Jerry Falwell University. They didn't go to Harvard and Talladega. They went to
Liberty University.
So they pluck these weird ideology type people and stick them into, just like her. She is a woman. First of all, Roe v. Wade should be your badge of honor. That should be the thing that you and mind you, that is anyway, because that's a whole nother thing. But anyway,
you should want to protect women's rights. But she is one of these women in this group that believes that men are ordained to lead the family,
and it's just a blatant disrespect to the person you are replacing. RBG stood for everything she's against.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
that is the biggest slap in the face that I could.
And the main thing he wants to do is humiliate President Obama and get rid of the ACA. He just wants to destroy Obama. And doesn't he see that in all of his hatred and jealousy and bullshit, that it's all circled back to him?
Johnie, didn't you do a reading on why Trump is jealous of
Obama?
Yeah, well, can you remind me? Because I know we did it. It was a while ago.
I basically got that. Basically, everything that Obama is, Trump is not. Mm-hmm. He really likes the admiration that people have for Obama. Obama goes into a room, people cheer. They're all mixed. They're not even necessarily Obama supporters. They just came to hear him talk, and yet they clap anyway. Mm-hmm. He has a family that actually likes him because Donald Trump, again, is a character. Mm-hmm. So they don't really like him. They like whatever it is that he represents. Not even the character itself. They just like what he represents, the money and the gold name. Mm-hmm. And so he wants that adulation, that admiration. He wants all of that Obama has. And mind you,
plus he wants what Obama's slinging too.
None of it is unattainable. It's not like he can't get it. Exactly. Go try. But see, Obama tried. Obama worked for this. He didn't fall into grace. He tried. He worked for it.
He worked for it.
You know, everything Trump has been handed to him. Mm-hmm. He wants the adulation. His campaign speech or whatever it was when he was in the mall and went up the escalator. Those people were paid to be there.
Yeah.
He has never drawn a genuine crowd up until kind of now. And that's what he wants. He wants to be him. Probably without the dark skin, but he wants to be him.
And we never saw Melania smile. And when she smiled, when she would be in Obama's face.
When she did smile, he looked back at her and then her whole soul was crushed.
Mm-hmm. Sitting next to President Obama, she was smiling and she was genuinely smiling.
I got another question.
What's that?
Has anybody read on let's go back almost 4 years ago, the inauguration. Everybody's remember, he was on stage, everybody's clapping. He turned around and he said something to her, and her whole spirit,
her whole thing just crashed.
Did we ever find out? Did anybody spill what the fuck he said to her?
It had to be fast because he turned right around and said it.
He turned around at her. She was smiling, and when he snapped at her,
it's kind of like he went and looked back and said, "Not you," and then
she got real down.
Whatever it was, that was some cold as ice shit. What did he say?
He said, "Where's Ivanka?"
What did
Ivanka see?
I don't think he even said, "Where's Ivanka?" Because that was. She's used to hearing that. She's used to hearing Ivanka. This to me feels like, I've always wondered, what did he say to that bitch? What did he say to her?
Then Lynn says Obama had a wife that would hold his hand.
I keep hearing it, but I'm gonna see if it'll come out. I don't know how that comes out in the card.
What are you reading? What are you throwing him on?
But I keep hearing he rolled his eyes.
He rolled his eyes.
But he had to say something.
He had to say something
to her because that was immediately, suddenly. She went from smiling to like crushed.
It was so instant that it had to be something fast. And then again, I don't think in particular area she could have heard him say something. Mm-mm. I don't know. Yeah. Let me look and see. The first one naturally.
What'd you get? What was the first card?
And the sword's the first card. That makes sense. It was quick, whatever it is that he said.
Yep, because I got Eight of Wands. It was very quick. Eight of Wands, 4 swords, 9 of swords, the Hermit, King of Pentacles. Bitch.
It's something she's heard before. It is something she's heard before.
Oh yeah, she's heard it. She's heard it.
The world. Why
she's tough as nails.
This is the message, but what is it?
That's when everybody was saying, "Oh, poor Melania."
Fuck her.
Heavy
She don't
burdens.
give a shit, neither do I.
Neither do I. I know that's right. I know that's right.
Punch her in the face, it wouldn't make a difference because it's all plastic anyway.
Yeah, she's looking like it looks like she can't smile.
She got a little label on the back of her neck. Keep away from open flames. That's what that is.
Now, that would be on her chest, on those tennis ball titties.
Don't come near with sharp objects.
Right. So what do you have, Johnny?
I don't know.
I don't either.
It's whatever it was quick, but she's heard it before. Here with the hermit tells me inside isolation. So this is something that they do between the two of them.
Yep.
I did get the page of wands, which is something that's bringing the message, but it comes with the 6 of swords. So it's something fast or something that is supposed to go to the next stage. So it's kind of like a shut up or something that's supposed to end something and start something else. Because I get the death here too, but it's whatever it is. It was a quick thing, kind of like a shut up or be quiet or roll your eyes, something that's supposed to end what's going on and quickly go to the next thing.
Something to do. I've got judgment, and I also have 6 of cups. Like you said, it's something that they say over and over. They're bantered.
Said to her over and over again.
It stresses her to fuck out, causes heavy burdens with the 9 of wands and the 10 of wands.
The 10 of wands fell out. That's what fell out when I was shuffling.
Also, it makes her very emotional when he says it with the clearly.
Yeah.
What is I also
Maybe
it also shows his strength too. Whenever he knows to use this, whenever he needs to get her to back down, shut up.
Call her a hoe.
No, I don't think a hoe would have bothered her that much.
You don't think a hoe would?
That's on her job application.
Right. Driver's license. He knows that.
That's her Einstein. That's what she had on her Einstein application.
I don't know.
Like, I don't advocate nobody being abused, but you signed up for it. So
I want to know about this chick that wants to be judged. I don't even know enough about her to call her name.
Amy.
Amy something.
There.
Yeah.
When you read about her, though, just anybody who doesn't know much about her, and when you read about her, go ahead and have an antidepressant. And I'm not saying this to be funny.
I know you're not.
Look at what she stands for. You look at her record. When you look at the cases she's ruled on, you're going to have a visceral reaction. And so
under her
Really
judgment, under
wants
that
to know
mindset.
why she doesn't deserve to be on the bench.
I love you guys too much to set you up and not give you the proper heads up.
And this is exactly why you vote.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Because if Bitch McConnell and his ilk and the people in your local area were not in power, just like him, you wouldn't have to worry about bitches like this.
That's right. We wouldn't have to
Because
worry about it.
keep in mind that there is a person out there that has to live from her judgment.
Mm-hmm.
She handed down a judgment they have to live with when she had this mindset. There's somebody out there who got screwed royally
Because of her.
I'm gonna make this really relevant for some of y'all right now. Are you enjoying watching 3 African Americans on YouTube? Are you? Good. I'm glad we're giving you entertainment, because one of the things she feels and some of the things she votes on, she does not think we're equal. Guess what? We couldn't be here entertaining you guys and throwing tarot cards.
She thinks that we're still 3/5 of a person, that we don't.
She has ruled in favor that she believes separate is
equal.
as a woman. She believes this.
Yeah.
As a judge.
And has 2 black babies. Now I'm wondering how they live.
That gets me. That part terrifies me.
It's like, oh.
I just look.
It's like the Nazi,
and
what's
nephew.
that bitch from Fox News, Laura Ingraham. She got
Laura even has black children too.
Yes.
The bride of Frankenstein shouldn't be allowed to have jacked. She should be neutered.
Please.
She's got black children?
Yes, she does. She's an adopted black. I think one adopted black son.
What are they? Accessories?
Yeah.
Yes,
You
they are.
just adopt one like a purse and make it look like you really give a damn, and you're standing up for a racist.
Anybody who lives near Amy, please, if you drive past the neighborhood and her little black children are outside playing, please ask them if you need help, blink twice.
Right. If you need
guys, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I'm so scared for those children.
Me too. Me too. How are they gonna know anything about themselves with this bitch?
They're not.
They're not.
They're going to grow up and be Diamond, Silk, Polly, and Esther. They're going to grow up and be a Candace Owens.
Oh,
they're going to grow up and be those people.
My God.
Because they grew up in a house with a woman who thinks they're not equal, number one, and as a woman who thinks that a man is over her.
Not to mention, so let's say they come, because I actually think a Diamond and Silk would be the best case scenario. You're talking. I believe that there's some, because think about it, I am now believing that I'm inferior because you can't, she said it, separate is equal. You know, she does not treat her children equally. So now they're going inferiority complex, all the stress, all the trauma. I look around in this house and nobody looks like me. When I hear my mommy and my daddy talk, they say things about people who look just like me. That they're evil, that they want their leeches on the system, that they're this, they're that. How can you guys being a Candace Owens and being a Diamond and Silk is actually, that would be the best case scenario.
Because at least they know they're black.
They're not, at least they exactly.
At least they know they can speak and they can say and they have a voice and they can think.
And they're not being exposed to their culture. They're not being exposed to anybody that looks like them. Oh my God. I'm praying for those babies.
I'm just saying.
And Laura Ingraham, I didn't think she had any children. And she's got black children. How does she go home and talk to her children at night after standing up?
After she did the Nazi salute at the RNC. And then they said, oh, she was just waving.
No, she wasn't.
So a whole bunch of Nazis. They waved the exact same way. I mean, make that make sense.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
They don't even need jerks.
Are they using them for their seed and their eggs? You know what I'm saying? It sounds like some. After those women that we have been experimented on, going forever. And Henrietta Lacks, whether y'all know it or not, the reason you have this fabulous cancer research is because Henrietta Lacks, a black woman, has the longest strand of DNA in this country.
This deck?
Huh?
I was reading Kathy's mom comment. This deck, Johnie has it too. I'm not even gonna lie. I got it because Johnie was throwing this shit around in some videos. It is the Life is Like a Board Game tarot.
Oh, okay. I was wondering too, Adrian.
This is from Kaleidoscope. Please go support her. She's on Etsy. She's an African Americas and several decks. I have a chakra deck from her. I have this deck, and I think I have another deck that's on her page.
I love that.
I ordered this deck on a Monday. It was in my mailbox Thursday.
She is on top of her game. She won.
She won.
She did. Is that the lady that I voted for? And I didn't know a thing about it.
She won Entrepreneur of the Year.
Okay.
She's got amazing decks. So this is the Life is Like a Board Game. I will write it in the comments.
Yes.
It's also really good too if you're new to tarot because it kind of gives you a cheat sheet because it kind of tells you what the meaning is.
Okay.
Cards. If you like Seven of Swords, you know it's like trickery.
Yes.
Whatever. And it'll say something shady on the way. So it kind of helps prompt and guide you too if you're new.
Yes.
I just got them because these motherfuckers is cute.
I like it too. I kept going back and forth.
Like, like Monopoly pieces, like the colors on it, like Boardwalk and Park Avenue and
So that's kind of what they look like.
Your deck is on the way.
I can't hardly. I've been really loving getting to know these, but I'm like examining every little thing in them. I think I'm kind of OCD.
That's not a bad
I'm
thing.
looking at him like, well, what does that? You know, I said, what is that on the is it the Empress?
The high priestess.
The high priestess. I thought she had something on the sleeve. It's on a scroll. And Johnny kept saying, I don't see.
She said, "What is it on her sleeve?" I'm like,
And I said, he said, what? I don't see
I
it.
don't know. She said, it's
Oh,
on her
it's a
sleeve.
scroll.
I'm like,
I
take a
looked at
picture
it.
of it and send it to me. What are you talking about on her sleeve?
It was the scroll that she holds in her hand.
I'm like, damn, I don't know everything, but I know she ain't got
No,
no
I'm
sleeve.
just looking at everything and maybe that's just a little bit too, I don't need that deep.
But he put it in there, or I should say she put it in there, African America's woman. Pamela Coleman Smith, she put it in there and under his guide, but fuck him for right now. She put it in there on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So look at it. Understand it. Study it if you want to.
Yeah.
I am. I think because she's the artist, right? She's the one that created all the images. African Americans.
But she got paid very little for it.
So silly. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. So what about this bitch you?
What do you want to know?
I want to know.
Narrow this down for me because she's a whole lot of work. What do you want to know?
Okay, first of all, given the current circumstances, wait
a minute. Wait. Keep in mind that some of the people on the Senate are also sick. So her confirmation may be pushed.
Okay. Is there going to be a confirmation at all? Is that specific enough? Will she be?
It will be. I don't know if she'll get through.
We don't know if she'll get through. Yeah.
Will she be confirmed as a judge? Adrian, Johnny, can you guys please read if Spanky is lying about being sick? We come out. That's Becca from Hospital Norman. You did that already?
I think we answered that. We talked about it.
We all feel like he's a lying piece of.
Yeah.
But okay, we know
I keep getting
it's the line where we didn't ask whether it's coming out or not.
What are you saying, Johnny?
I said we did the reading or we basically talked about whether he's lying. I don't know if we did whether it will come out.
Will it come out? Okay. Will it come out?
Okay.
Okay, you keep falling out. There's the magician. So the magician is the manipulator. That's my ultimate liar card. As I say, he's even a bigger liar than the devil because you expect lies from the devil. Mm-hmm. This is the person who stands in front of you and tricks your eyes.
Yes.
King of
the liar POS.
Hangman, change in perspective. 4 of Pentacles, held very close. 9 of Swords, there's a person that is covering for him and is going to continue to cover for him, I believe, until their dying day. They're going to take this to the park. So I think they're going to keep it.
They're going to keep it secret about
why? I don't know, but
I mean, whether he's ill or not, this is all to keep him.
But I don't really think it matters in the end because nobody believes him anyway. Well, some people do, I guess.
Some people do. They're the ones that's praying right now and crying. I just haven't been able to bring myself to do that.
Well, it's some of us. I mean, we got a bunch of people in on YouTube that are left leaning that think he has it too. I mean, and mind you, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
No,
because his lips are moving, therefore he's lying.
That's the way I think about it, Johnny. If he's breathing, he's telling a lie.
What you get, Adrian?
8 of Wands crossed by the Hierophant, 7 of Pentacles, the Sun, the Empress, and the Emperor. Some people know. I think what you said is you nailed it. Those of us who don't believe it and know that it's a lie, we know it's a lie. I just don't think it's going to come out. I don't think the illumination is going to come out around the Emperor on a large mass scale, because again, the 8 of Wands is quick communication, it's quick action. It's crossed by the Hierophant, which is government, some type of authority. So I don't think it is. It's being blocked.
You don't think the truth is ever going to come out?
Being blocked by the government. So no.
Medical records are stuck.
Yep. Keep in mind too, you guys, don't forget with things like HIPAA, you can't talk about what if a motherfucker has the itchy scratchies, doctors can't. It's not like, you know, you can go find out if cousin Tito is taking Valtrax or if he really had the snot.
So Hope really did. She was the host who just passed it on to him.
I don't think there's something. So here's something that this is my wildest dream. There's two people I don't think were expected to get called out. Hope Hicks was not expected to be, I don't think she was expecting to be the fallout. Because remember when it came out and he immediately was like, oh, she likes to hug on military and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you basically made her sound like a hoe a little bit.
Yeah, that's what she is. That's what she is.
I don't think she knew she was going to be, let's just say if she didn't know she was going to be the catalyst, she may get kind of mad. Watch that. Never hell have no fury like a bitch.
That's right. That's right.
I kept hearing this. I kept hearing Melania didn't know she was going to be part of this. I bet that bitch found out she had COVID when she read that motherfucker's tweet. I was like, bitch, wait, what?
I got what? I cannot believe.
How
what? I got what? I worked my fucking ass off. I got what?
I just don't think, I think it's just, and I don't know, this is like my wildest dream. I was cooking this shit up while I was walking, and I was like, that would be, this feel like the timing feels like they were like, dude, we need something quick. We need something quick. We need something quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go here too.
Okay.
On piggyback on that. If he has the COVID of the 19s, then Hope Hicks was put on that plane
on purpose
to contaminate Donald Trump. This is the conspiracy that has now been floated around, right? Way long time ago, I'm sitting on the floor and I got my cards in my hands, and you know, I do this all day anyway. And so I'm sitting on the floor and something said to me, ask if they're trying to kill him. No, ask if they're trying to kill him. And I'm like, because that's not something Spirit would say, I thought. You know, I can't predict death, number one. Number two, why? I mean, why hear this little black dude in Florida need to push this out in the world that somebody might be trying? So I'm like, okay. So while I'm sitting here on the floor, let me do this. I text Becca and I text Jen. I said, I text Becca and Jen, and I said, answer a question. Can you answer a question without knowing the question? And so Becca pulled cards, and I'm like, damn, there it is. And then she did a separate reading to ask what was my question. And then that also popped up in her cards too, of what it was I was actually talking about, because I didn't tell her. I just said, can you pull cards to see whether I'm right or not? And then she pulled cards to see what my question was. And so then, you know, that led to a 3-hour, oh my God, how is this going to happen? And then we basically got poisoned. And somebody was going to
Melania put something in that damn Diet Coke.
And so we thinking, you know, poison, because like Mar-a-Lago he eats and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes he'll slip a little something, and then he gonna fall on the floor too. And so Ben, you know, all these months later, here we are sitting, and maybe it's not that type of poison.
Exactly.
Maybe it's just something that spreads.
Okay.
And so if they knew this heifer was sick, why you put her on the plane with arguably the most important person in the world?
Not to mention, they're also now coming back saying he knew he was sick before he even went to debate. Like they're trying to, they're not. So here's another. So okay, let's say he did know he was sick before the debates. Keep in mind, now mind you, remember when the Trump family showed up at the debates? They sat in the front row. They showed up with their masks on. They sat in the front row.
Took them off.
Immediately took the motherfuckers off. So now can't we go? Isn't that attempted murder?
I'm saying, like, if I believe he's got the cough, then you also need to believe they put that heifer on that plane on purpose.
On purpose.
Because Kimberly Gargoyle got it. Stephen Miller's Bride of Frankenstein got it. All Chris Christie now got it. You got a whole list of people that got it. Everybody but Jesus. And then here she go. She getting on the plane with, like I said, the most important person in the world. Why on earth would you put a positive patient on a plane with a bunch of negative patients
who was showing symptoms?
So was this on purpose? If you believe he got it, and he got this low-grade fever, which I also don't believe, but if he got this low-grade fever, and it turns out he do have the cough, that means y'all put her on that plane on purpose, and I want to know who did it.
Yeah.
God, I've been holding this, well, not really close to the chest because I told Jace and Johnie and who I was like, is this part of the exit strategy? But
here's my thing too.
Sense.
Yeah.
If I said this earlier, I think while I was doing the walk, he has to beat the statute of limitations. The statute of limitations is 5 years on some in particular financial crime, which means he needs to get reelected to beat the statute of limitations. If he leaves now, they can charge you now.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm like, is he really trying to leave? Because mind you, everybody gets that he will not finish. I mean, you get a few people out there say, oh, he's going to get reelected and he's going to be president forever, blah, blah. Okay, whatever.
Right.
But everybody's like, he's just going to walk away. Something's going to happen. He's just going to be deuces and that's it. And I'm like.
This card came up every time I read on Trump and Melania having it, which is the 7.
Shady.
Trickery, deceit, strategy, AKA fuck shit. As we say in TL, fuck shit. Every time I asked every question. I threw every the 7 of Swords was the recurring motherfucking thing.
And there's something I want everybody to notice in this card. There's 2 things that are happening with this in particular image. Number 1, this person's put up a carnival and they basically took everybody's money and ran out the back door. See a show and it's an empty ass building. Number 2, because he tried to get all the money and ran, but he dropped some. But number 2, you left behind evidence.
Exactly.
These are your breadcrumbs to exactly where you're going. Everything everybody does when it comes to doing some shady shit leaves a trail.
The card back up, Johnie. There's something else that when I first started learning tarot years and years ago, he's too busy looking behind
himself. Yeah.
What are they buying it? Do they believe what I did? He can't see what's in front of him. So he's going to eventually run into something because he's too busy looking behind him.
It's going to get caught.
Yes.
Asking, is it going to come out that this motherfucker is lying about having rickets? That's what
he's going to ask the question. You're going to ask it or I'm still trying. I don't know what I want to know about this bitch. Is she going to really be a judge is the main thing. Is she going to make it to the bench? I don't have to. She's a lot of work. You don't have to do it because we have been on for 2 hours and 43 minutes.
It's so funny because I told Jace, I remember we were talking about this a while ago. And initially I said, I saw her pulling her name out and saying, I was really surprised when she was at the Rose Garden making the speech because I actually saw her making that speech, but it was the opposite. It was her saying, I am not going to go forward with being a nominee. And I always saw things coming out, not about her per se, but so much coming out that she's like, I can't be a part of this. This is even too much for me. And then this coronavirus debauchery came out. I was like, okay, so maybe that's part of it. And then to Becca's point, if something comes out that he may be lying, that could maybe that's why she would go, yeah, I'm out.
I better not do this.
I guess she's delayed. She's going to be delayed all the way until she's defeated. So I get the 8 of Pentacles. This is her job. just crossed by the chaotic energy, which there's a lot of it right now. You are a month out from the election. Everything in the world that can happen is happening right now. The president's on his deathbed, as some people say, and you got a bunch of senators who are supposed to confirm you. They're also got the cough. And so you got all this garbage coming out about you, but there is a new action that is around the justice system, so around the courts there. But you are delayed. The 7 of Pentacles is patience. The 4 of Pentacles is holding on. The Hangman, I can't get any more delay cards than this. Everything here says delay, wait, hold it, all this type of stuff. And it ends in the 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords is defeat. Somebody has the advantage over you. Whatever it is, maybe this is just a
Hallelujah.
But
yes.
I'm not pulling any more cards because it confirms what I always saw. 8 of Cups, her walking away. Why?
Woo!
5 of Wands. That's it.
Because when Mazie Hirono comes out and said we're gonna look under pebbles and sand, we're gonna look at every way we can see. Mazie Hirono in Hawaii is called one Tita, which is one bitch, one sister, one tough ass. She said we're gonna do everything and to see to it
to Becca's point, what delays it? People, because somebody's holding on to something.
Yeah.
And mind you, the city is in the background, which means this person is taking it away from all sources. So they're bringing it all the way out here to just basically bury it in the ground. So they're afraid to lose it. So people are going to be delaying this. They can probably use coronavirus as a way to delay it. But again, this all still comes back to people.
Yeah.
I also get Page of Swords, so new news, development of some new news, indecision, the two of Swords, and 9 of Wands, trying to defend people.
There are some people who, I think there's some law students at Notre Dame, that about 500 or more, who said they are concerned about her being appointed to the bench. So when you
judge for 3 years,
when you're Notre Dame, when you're
years,
said y'all need to take another look. That's pretty bad. So I see somebody or somebody's are going to come forth with some information about her that's gonna that Lindsey Graham and all of these people trying to do. Somebody is coming forward with something that's gonna make everybody's heads be on a swivel. Adrian, go swivel around like Linda Blair.
My guys are assholes. Jace said, when he said something's gonna come out, they're gonna go, yeah, she was sucking so-and-so's dick. Hilarious, but that's a little rude.
Oh God.
Well, they wanted to be a part. It's called a penny party for a reason.
Yeah, well, it can be that. It can be that. And then husband's gonna know you've been unfaithful and
because something really big would have to come out. Because they all drink unleaded gas anyway. So
yeah,
you need something that you just cannot deny.
Yep.
Yeah, something really stank. Something absolutely stank. Well, we are coming up on the midnight hour, the witching hour. I really want to thank everybody that hung in with us tonight. A lot of what we talked about wasn't really funny. We're celebrating Libra. Next time we see you will be on the 12th, I do believe.
Is it the
12th? Let me look at the calendar. I think so, because the 9th is coming up.
17th.
It'll be the 17th.
The 17th?
Mm-hmm.
Every other Saturday, madam.
Thank you for keeping me on my tip.
I was like, the 12th is like on a Monday.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to go live on Monday, then you do you. But
Johnny, you're on.
I'm just saying that.
It's 1 hour.
Oh, and PM, thank you. I'm glad you brought that up. My identical twin texted me tonight he was texting me while we were live, and he said that Jamie is absolutely owning Lindsey Graham in the debate. So,
oh yeah, the real debate is going to be Kamala Harris and Pence. Now that ought to be.
That's not a debate. That's a one-sided discussion.
That's a freaking. She's going to come locked and loaded, you know. Yes. So my birthday is October 9th. Adrian's is the 14th. And Johnie is our Gemini love.
May the 24th.
May when?
24th.
May the 24th. Yeah.
May Geminis, y'all a little bit.
This month, we are celebrating that whole Libra energy thing. And I want to thank every last one of you for joining us tonight. So be on again on October 17th at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Is Becca's birthday too? Is Becca a Libra?
She's on the somewhere in this month too.
She's after me.
She's on the 17th, I believe.
Oh, yeah. I know someone on the 17th. Hey, Becca, happy birthday to you. You got to come in and we can do and do something for real. Something.
Well, pardon me. I didn't know if you want me to tell all your business, but I just kind of did.
All right, Becca, happy Libra. I knew there was something about you, Doug. You the 17th, I see. Thank you, Redland Healing. Adrian Coleman's channel. Go show her a whole lot of love. She does wonderful, wonderful readings, and we all love Johnie at Tarot's Apprentice. And I'm so pleased that they come on here every other Saturday to teach me, and I think the next time we come on, I'm gonna try. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna try to do it. You know, I'm trying to get used because I have small hands. Everything used to kind of match up. I have small hands and feet. I've gotten so juicy and luscious in some areas, you know.
That's the flavor of the Lord. That's what that's called. It's called the flavor.
That is. I was walking in the closet and I was looking at myself before, getting ready to put on my makeup. I said, God, I'm fat. I exercise, but I'm fat. I said, so here's the problem. My exercise output does not match my caloric intake. So I'm
So what you doing?
I don't know what the game plan's gonna be.
I know what I'm doing. I'm eating too many cookies and brownies and good shit. That's why I still got all this up here.
Let me tell you something. Ain't nothing like a hot and juicy. If I was gonna get me a burger, I want a burger.
Mm-hmm.
We had Flaky Jake's in Nevada. I think they had some in California too, Adrian. The burger joint, we had Fat Burger. We had
fucking
burger. When you don't have a burger, you know what I'm saying? It ain't that Happy Joe way. It's not that McDonald's bullshit. It's not Wendy's. If you're gonna get these burgers with a bomb, okay?
Do you remember Bud's Burger?
I do.
They cook the motherfuckers on the skillet, and you can smell it when you walk in. Oh, Bud Burger was amazing.
Girl,
that shit had 5 guys could suck this shit's dick. Like
really, 5 guys in burger. Let me tell you something. Fat Burger was the shizit.
Oh, Miss Fat Burger
broke away from Fat Burgers and called Meaty Meat Burger. People
Fat Burger off Lennox in Atlanta.
They got it ain't.
No, they had a Fat Burger over on Piedmont, over across from the Home Depot, right by you going to Lindbergh. They had that Fat Burger was there for years, and then all of a sudden it closed, and it was always busy. And I'm like, why did they close? I swear to God, I think that shit was a drug front.
It had to be like that. It probably was because, there's no way that Fat Burger was shut down if you ate one of their burgers. And their chili was like real chili. It wasn't chili-like substance or anything. It was the bomb. So, I just say that I am a queen indeed. And so I tell you, I prayed for tits and ass, and God delivered in spirit.
Me too, but he give me that. All I got was this, and I guess he fell asleep on the other part. Because I ran out of ingredients. You're gonna have to sell it for that one.
I got 4 asses and
But
5.
that's okay. I can pay a bill or two with this up here.
Look,
Okay.
let me tell you something. We need to be glad that we are even alive. Let me tell you,
Fats, because that means we eat. That means we've got food.
that means we are blessed. Ain't nobody going hungry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can breathe in God's fresh air. Why don't you all pull some cards and give us a word of encouragement? Just something to keep us going. The first thing I want to say is buckle up, babies. It's going to be a bumpy ride, but don't lose it. Don't get so caught up in the drama that you forget what our bigger picture is. I keep every channel you go on. I know Johnie is speaking encouragement, and Lynn leaves you with something. Becca revealing light with Marianne, Dr. Lena Rodriguez. We're all out here to keep not only ourselves positive head and calm, but you know, the word is that you come on because you want to have some laughs, and you also want a kind word, you know. So let's don't get caught up in the drama. Breaking news has become commonplace now. That crying always has breaking news. This boy, if he don't know how to do nothing else, he knows how to make news. So just get ready. Just get ready. Make sure you vote. Take somebody to vote with you. Go in power. Don't be afraid. I know Atlanta is ready for anybody who comes out and tries to intimidate us, because Georgia would love to keep all the Democrats from voting this time.
Texas has already started. I know I'm going to hell for saying this, but may Greg Abbott and his wheelchair be on a hill on a very windy
Yeah.
Well, you know,
but
they're voting in Florida too, aren't they? It's always there. Y'all need to pray for Florida and Georgia, because there's always some.
And Texas, please pray.
And Texas,
Greg
yeah.
Abbott has removed. Y'all don't understand how big. If you've never been to Texas, everything is bigger in Texas. There is one drop-off voting location for every county. You don't understand. Dallas County alone has like millions of people.
Millions of people.
Thousands and thousands of square miles. And it has very little public transportation.
And one drop-off place.
One drop. You know what? Here's what my prayer is, that all of that fuck shit gets revealed. That not only does it get revealed, none of the tricks make a difference. That people were willing to drive to that drop-off place to see to it that their votes are counted.
Well, that's what this is. That's what my encouragement is. Now, this does not look like an encouraging card.
It doesn't really.
But this is what I pulled, and Spirit said go with it. So as a skilled orator, let me tell you what the good part of this card is. So that's technically the 5 of Swords. This woman has stabbed all of her little friends in the back. As you see, they're all on the hill. They got a little gash wound. They sitting there with their aphrodisiac, and she just stabbed all them hoes in the back. But here's what this card is telling you. Do not bring a knife to a tank fight.
Yep.
The reason they lost, they outnumber her.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She should have lost, but she came prepared.
Yep.
So this is not necessarily defeat. This is advantage.
Yes.
You know they are trying to suppress every single power that you have. Not
That's
just
right.
voting, but everything.
That's
I don't
right.
care what color your skin is or what your gender is, what the fuck you woke up as. I don't care what it is. Somebody out there don't like you and don't want you to have any power whatsoever. Be prepared. You already know. You sit here, you watch these tarot channels, they tell you the future. You already know what they're trying to do. So you take all of your knives to this gunfight, and you make sure that him and all his children and him and all his ilk walk away with that wound so that they have to
That's
bleed out in
right.
front of us. This is our low karma. Karma sometimes is nice enough to show you exactly what happened. Sometimes people fall in private and we never see it. This is going to be in front of us, but you have to go prepared because remember, we can still fuck this up.
Yes, we can by not showing
But
up.
you have to go prepared. Stab all the bitches in the back and then laugh and lick it up and be fine with that.
Sword. Lick that sword like it is the batter of some fucking rum cake.
Yes.
Enjoy it. Yes, that's right. Lick that blade and enjoy it. I'm telling y'all, go with your mask, go with your gloves, take you some snacks, get some water, whatever you need to do. Our early voting starts October 12th, and I will be my fat ass there, ready to roll, and take somebody with me. I'm serious about this. Don't stay at home and huddle in fear, because just the way these Proud Boys are talking about what they're going to do, you better believe somebody's ready for their ass.
They are.
Bring some to get some, okay?
I'm going to end with a note of gratitude. I'm using the affirmators. It's very fun, kind of a little smart ass, but very positive. And this card is about gratitude. I'm not going to read the entire motherfucking paragraph because you see that's long and I'm a simple bitch and I have the reading comprehension skills of a toddler. And just read the first sentence, the first two sentences, because I'm going to keep it simple. It says, today I'm grateful for all of the little things. Even when the big things suck, there are always plenty of little things I can be at least a little bit grateful for.
Amen. And that's the truth. That's the truth. We don't have to keep looking for the big stuff and overlook the little things, because how many of us never thought, took just getting up in the morning and breathing for granted. And now, thanking God for every breath you take.
Yep.
So, thank y'all for hanging in here with us. I hope you got some laughs. Hope you got some information. Go in power. Go empower children. This is truly a battle for the soul of this nation. Nobody can stay home, and if you stay home, then shut your fucking mouth. Don't say a word. Don't say a word. Do not complain because you didn't get up and do a damn thing. You know. So I want to say good night to each and every one of you. So happy that you joined me. We'll see you again on October 17th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Go forth in power, people. Yeah.